Listen up, here's a story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. And up all day and all night, and everything he sees is just blue, like him, inside and outside. Blue is out with a blue little window and a blue closet, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. 'Cause he ain't got nobody to listen. With the blue window, blue is the color of all that I wear. Blue are the streets and all the trees are too. I have a girlfriend and she is so blue. Blue are the people that walk around. Blue like my girlfriend, you're inside. Blue are the words I say and what I think. Blue are the feelings that live inside me. With the blue window, blue is the color of all that I wear. Blue are the streets and all the trees are too. I have a girlfriend and she is so blue. Blue are the people that walk around. Blue like my carpet and in outside. Blue are the feelings that live inside me.
We're gonna try this. Oh, yo! What is up, everybody? It's Chaos3728, and I'm back one more again with some more Assassin's Creed. I hope everybody's having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it's from. Thank you to those that are still subscribed. Continued support has been greatly appreciated, and thank you to those just recently subscribed.
Hey, Chaos left.
Do hope you stick around for the long run. If you're new to the channel, be advised what you see now might not be what you see next time, as to play a variety of different games on the channel. Today, it's Assassin's Creed's Day. I'll be playing this now and in the evening. See, you have to forgive the hoarseness. My allergies kicking my ass. And all the hacking and wheezing I did the other day kind of left me, yeah. Sounded like this. I love it. Not really. It sucks. Feels like a fucking elephant's on my chest right now. Not gonna make it much better by partaking in the pot o'clock. Drink up. Yeah, see, I'm out of it. If we're gonna get into it, just a second, get to my pregame warm up. I'm just going through, seeing if I had anybody new. There we go. Keep the end mixed up. I move my buttons around. Woo!
Did you stretch your wings?
That was bullshit.
Said. Back to work, I go see you later. Chrysalkitten said. Drink lemon tea, it will help your throat.
I can do so much more if these stupid fucking bounty hunters didn't double team me. You have yourself a good day at work, kitten.
A wild Bata Commander entered the chat. Welcome to the stream. Bata Commander said.
Hey, Bata Commander! Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Batty Commander?
Hey, man. How you doing today?
Oh, aside from trying to get over this horse throat shit, I'm doing all right.
Okay,
A
cool.
little wore out from yesterday. Oh my god. Mow my yard sucks. Because I live on a hill. It's constantly uphill, downhill. So I'm having to use a bunch of muscles I'm not used to using.
I know that feeling. Man, I got up at 4:30 this morning.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted to get up at 6, but I got up at 4:30. And I went live for a couple hours and tried a different microphone so I didn't have to scream in the one I got now.
Nice.
Yeah. Rusty and the guys showed up, so we're watching the LA situation, all that shit burning.
Hey, a bunch of entitled illegals and legals.
Gavin
That's-
Newsom daring Trump to arrest him. The mayor is saying, you know, it's she's saying all the cops need to go away.
Yeah, they need to be forcefully removed from their positions.
Yeah, that's the same mayor who was in Africa at her communist training meeting while LA was burning. And now she's going to burn the rest of this. That's what she's going to do. She's going to burn out the rest of the city. Her and Gabby Gav can put it up like Monopoly
Yeah,
and shit.
so our rich bureaucrat friends could come in and buy up the land that gets destroyed at a super cheap price. And then they could turn it into housing for underprivileged minorities. Or some of their bullshit. Yeah, they ain't underprivileged. It's all self-inflicted.
Well, you can tell by all the La Raza and flags that keep flying there.
Yeah,
They all think it's Mexico. It's not Mexico.
deport those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Deport them all. Deport them all. Deport the people that support them too.
I don't care if they're American.
Why the fuck you flying your stupid fucking flag on my fucking country? Take your fucking flag back to your fucking country where it belongs.
Yep.
That's.
Outlander
They
route.
think they're doing a revolution. We beat them once. We'll do it fuck again.
Shit.
Remember the Alamo motherfuckers? Clearly y'all have forgotten.
Oh, it is a communist revolution. They have to now this summer, since they started that initiative of trying to stop ICE. If they don't get a victory this summer, it's going to be over for all the people that we don't like who are trying to screw our country up. That's why it's going to be very ugly in places. I found a map. June 14th. Apparently, that's Trump's birthday or some shit. Where he wants that big parade with tanks. And yeah. So, anyways, I found a map on Google where all the protests around the country are planned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in my state, in my area, my city, they got the shit planned for all over where I'm at. So, fucking great.
Well, you know, Soros got to be funding terrorism.
I don't even mention that. It's been acknowledged that he is one of the funders of it.
I don't understand why he's not held accountable.
He's protected by bigger people.
He's
with more money
protected.
and-
He's protected by the Tiny Hat Society because he's a fucking tiny hat. Anything said against him, oh, you're just an anti-Semitic. I just think the
No,
fucking
I don't-
ideology came from people.
I don't know if you're a fan of the 1960s Sean Connery and James Bond movies or not, but every one of those old spy movies show that they compromise everybody with a two-way mirror by filming them while they're having intimate sex act with somebody or someone, something.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine all these losers. You look at most politicians; there's nothing about them that make any women moist at all.
Money
finally
and
get
power.
Right. So when they finally get power or money then power, the honeypot comes along, and that's what gets them. That's why they're all compromised. That's why Soros has such a multiple layers of protection. Anyways, yeah, let me pull that map up there. You said you were in Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let me look up the map here. And all you gotta do is just Google in riots planned for June. I mean, there's nothing cryptic about it. These people are, because they want counter protests. They want, they want America. Somebody wants somebody to turn this shit kinetic. That's why it's so dangerous.
Yeah. They want enough people who think like me to get out there. Like, we're tired of your shit and start taking matters into our own hands since our fucking government won't do it.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not going to do it by myself. I need more people than just me.
Alright, so Dallas, you're fucked. Houston, you're fucked. Corpus Christi, you're fucked. San Antonio, you're fucked. Looks like that one town, if you translate it in English, yellow, or as we like to call it, Amarilla. Beaumont's definitely going to have some action. And, anyways, oh, I'm looking at North Carolina. So it's going to be all the way from the north to the south along the beach. So they're going to terrorize every fucking beach town.
Mm-hmm. Anywhere there's fun having, anywhere there's a lot of people, they want to disrupt and terrorize as many people as they can to instill fear in these people to where they're not going to vote a certain way ever again. That's domestic terrorism, if you ask me.
Oh, they're making more Republicans, as they do this shit. So every beach town in North Carolina is going to get hit. Now look, we've only got 2 beach towns that have a lot of money. The rest of them are just people who just barely made enough money to retire there, and it's not too expensive to live there. Those people, I don't think these people are even going to call the cops. They're just going to take care of business and put them in the garbage disposal, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Charlotte's going to get it. Raleigh's going to get it. Winston-Salem, Asheville, almost everything from Rockingham, west in North Carolina. Actually, everything from all up and down I-95, including Raleigh. God damn, man, North Carolina's going to get hit. Now, if this map is correct, for the South, this is the only state in the South that's going to get really bombarded with all this bullshit terrorism. All the other southern places are going to be like Memphis, big towns. Atlanta, Georgia, of course, is going to be a nightmare. Myrtle Beach, Florida, all over Florida. Louisiana, some of those people just they'll be turned into catfish and alligator turds. If you've ever met any swamp people, you know what I mean. In Oklahoma, Arkansas, but yeah. And of course, the Northeast is going to be the biggest condensed area. New York City proper, Delaware.
I'm surprised they're actually even doing anything in Texas because we have a stand your ground law. We'll shoot you first and then ask questions later.
Yeah, if you live on a ranch or, suburbs, but we're talking Houston, Dallas, downtown where
they restrict all the guns. Yeah, where they restrict all the guns. That's right.
Yeah, they're going to go stand off with the police and divert resources. Alright. Well, I'd say make sure you got some extra toilet paper and some tinned food. And if somebody was smart enough to cut the power off, just go hit some utility poles. That could really help them out, but they're too stupid to know that kind of shit. And that would bring in big Fed action right there. That would bring in the military right there. Oh, what else we got here? Oh, that's for 2020. I remember all that shit going on. Yeah, so these maps are nothing new. I just never thought about typing in, riots near me planned for, month of June. Fucking idiot people are putting their fucking They're putting all their fucking plans out there. They're looking for a fight. They want somebody to get hurt and shot. That's what they want.
I just want to instill fear where everybody's like, oh, I don't want this to happen again. So I'm going to vote Democrat now. So it'll never happen again.
Women will, but men will be like, no. If you're a man who's standing on the fence, you're never voting Democrat again. You see what they do.
Look at Tim Pool. Still riding the fence. Oh, fence, give it to me. Fucking liberal piece of shit.
All right, if I was a personality to where I can garner that kind of audience like Tim Pool, I have no problem speaking, mostly in the middle, presenting facts and let you make up your own mind. I get that part. You're testing the IQ of America. You don't want to be the guy, because look what they did to Alex Jones.
It's lukewarm as fuck.
They wrecked that man.
Yep.
But look at.
It's because he was so close to the truth.
Dog, yeah, it's ruined. He's ruined so many of the James Bond, villains' plans and cost him lots of money. Anyways, that's how I started my day off. Looking at the riots and shit, and I went and did some work, and I think I'm done for the day. I cranked it up to 10. I was like, old man powers, activate! Get this shit done and get the fuck out of there.
Oh my god.
I tell you what, when you're good at something, I tell you what, it pays to be good at something. You just look up, walk up to it and go, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here in 2 hours. Screw that all day shit.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Tomorrow's gonna be a chainsaw maintenance day.
Woohoo!
I pulled out my big boy earlier today, fire it up and see how it's going and everything. I mean, it's still good. I gotta change the air filter on it, but man, that sucker's heavy. I forgot how heavy that sucker was, man. That's for falling a tree from the ground. You don't want to take this big ass saw up in the air with you.
Right.
And this thing weighs like, man, at least it's like 20. I think it's 25 pounds. It don't sound like a lot, but when you got to climb up a tree and you got shit hanging off your belt and you got to hold the chainsaw at a weird angle, you can do it a small saw. That's my, what is that one? That's my 18-inch bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and my other one is a 16-inch bar. But it's way lighter. And that top handle saw I got, it's got a 12-inch bar. You'd be amazed what you can cut with a really small 12-inch bar.
Oh yeah.
You can get a lot of shit done with that little bitty one. The only problem is it depends on the wood you're cutting. You got to change your chains out because if it's a dense wood, it's gonna dull up real fast. You're just gonna end up. You'll get like a half an inch of cut, then you just polishing it after that. But if you're good enough to change your chain up in the tree, to get back to it, man, you can knock the whole thing out in no time at all. At least I didn't have to do any climbing today. That's happy for that.
That's always good.
All right, well, it's good exercise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got to put on the boots. You got to put on the spikes. You got to put on the harness. You got to make sure your ropes ain't all tangled up and shit, and make sure Got to inspect everything, make sure there's no sprays or chemicals in the ropes eating the shit away. So yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not doing that tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be my big free climbing gear maintenance day. I might actually go live and just
A wild.
do like a 8 o'clock in the
California
morning hangout. Anybody who
444.
wants to watch the old Batty
Entered the
Commander
chat. Welcome to the stream.
clean up his chainsaws and
California
inspect his ropes.
Ford 44.
Hey, what's up,
Said,
Kelly Ford?
Chaos 4 yeah Bata Commander
Hey, Cali
Crystal
Ford.
Kitten Ola I am
I know
okay.
Kitten's
The
around here
riots are
somewhere.
in Los Angeles, not where Phil and I
Oh,
are
she's
at.
at work.
Oh man, Phil's gonna be close to that action, huh? Damn.
Yeah.
He's gonna. I would imagine Phil's gonna have a spicy Friday program if he's got power. What do you think, yeah?
Oh, for sure. Oh my God, I just died. He lives in California. He lives in a liberal wonderland. It's
I'm
all.
reading Callie's comment there. He said Phil's closer to the action.
They're in Los Angeles, not where Phil and Kelly are.
Yeah. Let's see.
Phil's
Kelly
job
says
is
she's
in
got-
Hollywood, so he'll be
California
protected.
Ford 44. Said,
Yeah.
I got chores to do and so I will run the stream and Phil job is in Hollywood
Kelly
and my
got
job is in Pasadena.
Chores to do, so we'll run the stream, and Phil is in Hollywood. Her job's in Pasadena.
That means she's out
Little-
looking.
It should be alright.
Oh yeah.
Cause she's a little old lady from Pasadena. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, let's see, what's today? 9th. Hey, I got 3 more days. Let's see, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. 5 more days till riots are supposed to pop off, so. Yeah, I'm good. Shit, I got plenty of soda, toilet paper, and soup. Should stock up on gasoline though. For the generator.
California Ford 44. Ice came here Saturday
So
night
Ice-
while
Ice
I was
rated where
streaming myself
Kelly works
to
at.
work and today is 6925 aka 69 LOL.
I do believe this summer is going to bring the. I think this is going to make blacks and
There's an
whites in
accident. I'm
America
sorry.
a lot
I'm
closer.
sorry. There's an accident. Oh shit.
Unless everybody hates white people so much they want to see Mexicans win.
Well, the communists have done such a great job at turning white people against their own people. It's only a matter of time. I mean, liberals are already trying to sell us out to the colored people.
Yeah.
Putting affirmative action, diversity, equity, inclusion, that's already putting people of color and shit, and people of marginalized groups over the majority.
I've been experiencing affirmative action since the early 90s.
I've
What a
experienced
joy.
it.
What a joy.
More than qualified for a job, but been denied because I don't have tits or I'm not black.
Right. No, I try to get jobs on Fort Bragg, and the guy who was in charge of civilian contracts. Now, everybody takes this the wrong way, but I say the guy was nice enough to tell me up front. He looked around, make sure nobody's listening. He's like, look, you're a white man.
California
You're gonna be
Ford
put on the bottom
44
list. If you was an Asian woman
said,
with no husband and children,
Feel better
you'd be on
chaos.
top of the list. I was like, all right.
It's allergies, Cali Ford. I'll be fine in a few days.
You need some lemon in whatever you're drinking. No, not lemon. I'm sorry, honey. Not cheap honey. Make sure it's good honey because you don't want it mixed with that corn syrup.
But I want the cancer.
California Ford 44.
Well, you can still
Said,
have cancer, but it'll help
"You
your
are
throat.
welcome."
Help you talk better again. That's all. If you want to cure cancer, you mix up. Let me make sure I got the recipe right.
Smoke a lot of
Three
weed.
part. No, weed does not cure cancer.
No, it just staves it off.
No, it just makes you feel better while you're dying. You want 3 parts of baking soda and 1 part. What's that shit? Maple syrup. Is that right? Something like that. It doesn't matter. You can do 50-50, baking soda and maple syrup. You got to put it in a non-stick pan. You got to heat it up so you melt that baking soda and get it really worked in with the maple syrup. So here's what happens. Cancer loves sugar, yeah? So when you drink this shit, the cancer is going to go for that sugar, but it's mixed in with the baking soda, which is an alkaline. Cancer hates alkaline. So when you put alkaline in your body, that's what kills cancer. You think doctors tell you this? No.
They want you to
Remember
come
that
in for the chemo treatment.
Yeah,
It costs
they
an
want you
arm
to
and a leg.
Why don't you come in twice a month for a $5,000 bag of poison?
That your insurance policy may or may not cover.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at their discretion. They can kick you from it at any time they want.
Yeah. I mean, look at Breaking Bad. The guy became, one of the country's leading meth dealers just to pay for his chemo.
Yeah.
Remember the original Battlestar Galactica had Dirk Benedict in it?
Barely.
All right. You remember Dirk Benedict from A-Team and stuff, right?
I got lemonade. Will that work?
As long as you keep
California
it
Ford
moist and
44
hydrated, it should help.
Said,
Anyways, Dirk
"Just get a
Benedict,
lemon and drink it raw."
right before he got the cast for Starbuck on the original Battlestar Galactica, he was diagnosed with cancer. Doctors told him he was going to die
Yeah.
unless he got chemo. He said, no, fuck that. He went and found organic ways, through food. Because, even in the Bible it says, let your food be thine medicine. He stopped the cancer and he cured it. And of course, he's still alive today. So,
It's all a scam now.
I can't remember what he ate, but that's something to be studied. And at least he didn't do stuff like, who's the other guy? Steve McQueen. He had cancer, and he resorted to eating alligator skin and drinking his own urine in hopes that, somebody told him that's a good way to cure his cancer. Of course, it didn't work. But
Go figure.
I couldn't imagine waking up every day eating alligator skin jerky and drinking my own piss.
Yeah, no.
But no, what I just said a minute ago, that's the key. Cancer loves sugar and hates alkaline. Just make sure you put more alkaline in your body. That'll do it. Now, I don't know at a stage you can actually stop and reverse cancer. I don't want to give anybody that, if you got a really bad stage 4 and you're at the end, probably too far gone.
Yeah.
But the thing
A
that got
while.
me about the cancer part was
Timothy Sokol
that woman I moved to New
entered
York
the
for,
chat. Welcome to the stream.
back in '08. Her
Timothy
mom was
Sokol
dying of cancer. She had
said, "What s shaken
Ovarian
chaos?"
Hey, what's up, Timmy Sokol? Welcome to the stream. Chimma! Hope you're doing well,
Literally.
sir.
So for 2 years, I watched that poor woman go through all these treatments, and extraordinary pain, and she still didn't make it. And ever since I moved back home in 2010, I just, oh my God, it's like 15 years later now. Yeah, so for years and years, you know, I mean, I've been watching family members die. I'm watching, you know, I'm an old man now, watching friends die. And some of these, all of these could have been delayed. Of course, you can't stop it, but you can delay it. It just, that's
How
another reason
willing
why I'm
are you
obsessed.
to want to fight it? How willing are you to want to fight it?
Right. That's why I'm so obsessed about the food I eat and all the other stuff I do. I just, you know, I don't want to live forever, but I want to be strong as I get older.
Right.
I want to have some quality of life. I don't want to sit around and wear a sweater all day going, I'm cold. What? Oh, shit, I'm in pain. I have
I'm
to piss on
pooped
Saturday.
myself.
Said. Damn, your voice is shot chaos.
Allergies, man. Hacking and wheezing all day Saturday. And then having to raise my voice at Bob didn't help either.
Timothy Sokol said, "Hey Commander, how's it going?"
Well, I'll say swell. Oh, man.
Timothy
oh, shit,
Sokol
now that I
said,
sit down for 15
and
freaking
hey,
minutes,
Kelly,
I'm starting to feel it now.
Bata Commander
Damn it, I could have kept going.
said, "Swell."
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Take it.
I'm talking to the NPCs I'm murdering.
Oh. Yep. I should have kept going. I'm going to be hurting tonight. Ever have one of those days where you're working, you're doing real good, and it's hot out, and you come into the air conditioning, you get something nice and cold to drink, and you're like, oh shit, I can't go back out there now.
Right?
Timothy Sokol said, "I know what you're saying, Commander. Clean living and regular exercise."
No, I need a snack. Give it about another hour, I'll go back out. I don't have to work for the rest of the day, I just got other stuff I gotta finish up. Ooh, I'm gonna have such a fun time for the rest of the week. Because I have pretty much doubled my studio space now, so I can add more movement to what I'm doing. So I gotta film that and see how it goes.
You're making me work? God damn!
Timothy Sokol said, "Been running my home side gigs, ain't no work around because of the wetbacks."
Well, Tim, if they keep going the way they're going in California, might take another year, but there ain't gonna be too many wetbacks left.
No.
Once they get that momentum going and they start scooping them motherfuckers out. Hasta la vista. Juntas.
No. Hasta la vista, because that means until we meet again. I don't want to meet him again.
Oh, and how do you say goodbye in Mexican?
Adios.
Get the fuck. Adios, punta.
Adios, pendejo.
And I'll say it in German. Ausländer raus!
Auf Wiedersehen, Scheißkopf.
Auf Wiedersehen
Timothy
means I'll see
Sokol
you later.
said,
Oh, well, never
no
mind.
shots fired yet, but I'm hoping Trump gets going.
Raus. It's R-U-A-S. That just means, you know, move, get out, go away. Ausländer means outsider.
Raus.
So,
Yeah.
Ausländer raus. Get the. You can interpret that anyways. You know, get the fuck out of here.
Oh
I
shit.
think it's because of Italian Americans why we have such a colorful lingo. Get the fuck out of here. And of course, the British, once they get their balls up, you know, they'll still say stupid shit like, "Would you please mind leaving? Thank you."
Yeah, I'm surprised they got cucked so easily.
I'm trying to think back to the time when I lived there. I know it's a long time ago when I say I was there in the 80s, which it was a long time ago. But really, the only thing that changed in England, you know, internet, the way the
Timothy
cars,
Sokol
nothing's
Immigration?
changed.
said,
As far as the immigration goes, you know, because they pushed that shit in school. We have so much. Oh, I remember what it was. Hold on, I want to make sure I say this accurately, correctly, and not bore the shit out of you or anybody else. Okay. So, because India was ravaged by Britain for so long for natural resources and tea and spices, England kind of conceded to India to let a bunch of Indians come over to England for the purposes of enjoying, you know, university. I can kind
Right.
of see that. Not like they couldn't build a freaking university in India, right? Which would have been way better. So I remember going to London and just seeing shitloads of Indians everywhere with their, you know, red dots on their forehead.
Yeah.
And of course, they all smell like armpit, onion, and curry. But because English people, they're so good on manners. I mean, man, I tell you, you would have loved England back in the 80s, man. Everybody was so freaking polite and nice. You didn't have to lock your doors at night. I mean, it was good. You know, as long as you're not a burden on anybody else, you know, like pretty much like here in America, you know, everybody was just, you know, they work hard and they just want to enjoy peace and quiet. You go to the pub, you have a laugh, you know, not too loudly. They play music, but not too loudly. You want to go to a disco where you just want to dance and you can't talk to each other.
Right.
But a pub is a place where, you know, me and you could have gone to a pub with some really nice music in the background, sat down in that beautiful old, you know, wooden furniture, and have a few pints of beer and talk about the day and, you know, just have a laugh and try and scam some chicks. But nowadays, I don't know. From everybody I'm talking, well, I'm not talking to anybody right now, but everybody I've talked to recently, the women are fat, they're hostile, they're tattooed, they got piercings. They're American women now,
Yeah.
and they say shit. And just one woman I was talking to, she said, British
Timothy
women say stuff
Sokol
like, "My
said,
truth," and I said, "Oh dear God."
all the
I said,
Duffies
"That's
here
it, your
run
country's
small
fucked.
stores and
You're
have a
done.
nasty attitude.
Your women are talking like my women. You're done. Over."
Well, you gotta think they're like closer to ground zero of feminism than we are. They've been dealing with that bullshit for a hot ass minute.
Well, sure. They've been. I mean, yeah. Even when I was over there, women have no problem shaming men, but most
Oh
men.
no.
But this is also a time in England where you had a right to have sex, you know, conjugal rights with your wife, which means, you know, we call it, you know, the R word now, but
They call it
if you want,
marital grape. Yeah.
yeah, if you get off work and you come home and you want some pussy, your wife couldn't say no. Cops couldn't do nothing about it. But we changed that in America first, then it went over to England. But England, so all the stupid shit I didn't like about England. So when I come back to America, I saw all those policies they had in England come here to America. So now that everybody's talking on the internet, I think we can all agree that England is a test bed for all the bullshit that they try to bring here, and they failed in a lot of it actually. Thank God. But yeah, they weaponized the women. They weaponized compassion, as Terrence Popp says.
Yeah. Because women are
That's
the
the bottom line.
compassionate ones.
Right, they want to fit in and be nice to everybody. There's no need to overcomplicate the language. That's all they did. They weaponized women's compassion, and now women got more power than men. Now they're just turning it
That's
into
what empowering
weapons.
is. In order to give power to
Timothy
somebody
Sokol.
else, power from someone with power has to give, have the power to take it
AHH,
away.
the good old days when sex was safe and
Women don't have
motorcycles
the same
weren't.
degree of mercy as men do. Now, me and you could have a fight. We can absolutely hate each other's guts. But we don't want to destroy each other. We just want to, get that dig in. Somebody's got to win. But eventually, if we got to go work at the same place, we got to be productive, and we know it.
Yeah.
And if one of us is put in charge of the other person's punishment, the whole idea of punishment is not to destroy somebody, it's to correct somebody's behavior to get them back in line with the group.
Correct.
Women want to destroy you and see you erased from the earth. So that's why it's dangerous to have women in power.
And that's crazy
Okay,
because
Hillary.
back in the slave days, the slave owners would use the women to keep the men in check. And in order to do that, though, they would drag the most able-bodied and educated men out and excommunicado them.
Yeah. The way I understood it,
Timothy Sokol said.
what they would do
Yeah,
is they
guys
just
can
take
brawl,
out some
then
of the
go have
biggest
a beer
men and they
tag
would
there.
just, kill them on the spot.
Yeah.
Then they would take the children and pretend like they're going to kill them, and the women would beg for mercy, and the men would, and then whoever owned them would say, "Do what we tell you, and we'll spare your children." And tell us if the men are up to anything. Yeah, so you're right. That's what they've done to
Keep
American
the men
men
in
now.
check, or the kids are done.
Yeah, that's where we're at now. Because how many women will call the cops on their husband if they're talking about, the big revolution? That ain't shit. It ain't gonna happen in this country.
Nah.
You can't do it simply because of food. Unless you live in an area where there's a lot of farms, and the farmers are going to shoot you before anything else.
Yeah.
Goddamn, look at the Bundy Ranch. Those people come together and told the federal government, "Nah, not today. Piss off." And it worked.
That's why the government's buying up all the land so they can make their own farms and keep us dependent on them.
Yeah, there's a lot to that.
Bill Gates controls the majority of the farms now.
Now, what do they call the type of warfare like they had over in Iraq, the fifth generational warfare where you don't know where the enemy is? Yeah, something like that.
Timothy Sokol said.
So with all these,
My
when
dad
Antifa
thought
comes,
kids were cheap labor
Antifa's
and
already
should
showed
be
up
seen and not
California.
heard a real prick.
So if nobody declares Antifa a terrorist group this summer, then it's going to last all summer.
Oh yeah. They're gonna do everything in their power to not label it a terrorist organization though.
Yeah, Maxine Waters is standing in front of one of those federal buildings in California saying, "Why do you guys have guns? We don't need..." Yeah. Has that bitch not seen what the Antifa people are doing? They're throwing
No,
explosives
she
at the
knows.
cops.
She just doesn't want. She wants a revolution because she's a black supremacist. She is a racist piece of shit. She's never gotten into politics.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, she thinks the cops or parts of the government are going to be stupid enough to be helpless and let the people run roughshod over them. Not happening. Because I saw that Black Hawk helicopter bringing in weapons and ammunition into those federal agents who were trapped in that building yesterday.
Mm.
So, and I see the National Guard in California. These guys have, they got magazines in their weapon. These guys are locked and loaded, ready. Not after the January 6th when the National Guard showed up. Those guys didn't have magazines in weapons. But these guys in California, all the National Guard troops have been federalized, and they got magazines
Timothy
in weapons.
Sokol
So I think they got hot weapons this time.
In Florida they tool over
Which
100
I
wets
support.
without a hitch, but Kelly she wants wets for a voting base.
I'd say just go ahead and machine gun these motherfuckers down and get it over with. I'm tired of this shit. I think everybody's tired of it.
I miss the good old days when they had fire trucks and just blasted them with the fire hose.
Well, yeah. Well, the problem with that is because people are so bold and stupid, they'll start setting fire to the fire stations. Because once the fire department steps in, then they're gonna target them as well.
Oh yeah.
And you can't have the cops guarding everything
No.
all the time.
That's when they come on the news and say, "You tired of the shit? Go out there and deal with it."
Yeah, and do you really want firemen to have their own division of law enforcement and have, guns? Fuck no.
No.
Like the post office with their own SWAT team. Are you fucking kidding me? The Board of Education has their own SWAT team. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This country was never meant to have everybody with a badge and a gun and become a member of, the federal.
Said,
It's out of
Tim
control already.
Iola, and guess what? ICE is here, and yet these illegals
People
is
were supposed
hiding
to take
like
care of this
roaches.
shit when it went too far.
Yeah, but they relinquished their responsibilities back to the government because they didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, an outlaw already.
That's the thing. There's a lot of people out there that are okay with being told what to do instead of having to
They
think.
don't exploit this.
I'm not
Yeah,
okay with being a tool like
Most of the
that.
world. That's most of the world chaos. That's why dictatorships happen so easily.
Yep.
When you make people hungry and you take their jobs away, they all beg the government, "Oh, please help us." Boom, that's that easy. They're trying that in America. They failed because Americans are too smart and crafty for that.
Well, thanks to social media, the truth is getting out there.
Oh, it's been well, we all know what the deal is. Just because somebody keeps going live and saying the same thing over and over again for 5 years doesn't mean we didn't know it wasn't happening. It's just we're just keeping the message going. Because people forget what happened last week. What happened big in the news last week? Nobody remembers. I don't even remember.
Barely.
Right. I got shit to do. I got, like you, I got to put food on the table. I don't have time to go stand out and, throw rocks and shit at cops.
California Ford 44 said, the government should be helping us, not helping the lazy freeloaders and illegals.
If they don't arrest that mayor for interfering, it'll go all summer. So that's my prediction of an indicator of how this summer's going to go. They're going to burn the rest of LA down so they can green city the shit out of it. Or is that 15-minute city? Yeah.
Good
David, we need to
times.
dig up. What we need to do is get some of them Caribbean voodoo women. We need to dig up John Wayne and Lee Marvin and a few of the other fellas. Charles Bronson. We need to bring these guys out. We need to make Chuck Norris about 30 years younger. Take these guys out to California and clean this shit up. Where's Schwarzenegger at with his "screw your freedom"? Why isn't he saying shit? Oh yeah, he's a fucking.
Because he's a foreigner.
He's a foreigner who should be lucky to be here. Son of a bitch.
There were
Timothy Sokol
1,500 homes lost
said,
in the
there were
wildfires with no ways.
1,500
rebuild
homes lost in the wildfires with no way to rebuild.
Oh, there's a way to rebuild it. They just don't want to.
Oh yeah, they put all those regulations where it takes 2 years to get permits and shit to build a single house. Bullshit.
They want to make it as nightmarish and hellish as possible to get anything done. So you just change your mind and go away. Because they don't want
I'll give you-
competition.
Right, I'll give you a good example of how ridiculous California is. A couple years ago, I used to watch those shows where they go tour mansions for sale and whatnot.
Yeah.
And one of the latest California regulations is you have to have a fire sprinkler in the bathroom. And often these sprinklers are right in the ceiling, right above the shower head. Bathrooms don't catch on fire. If you go to any war zone, ask Tim, shit, he's been in war, or anybody else been in combat. What's the last thing standing in a house? It's the bathroom.
Yep.
The shitter in the tub is the
Timothy
last thing
Sokol
to fall apart
said,
after it's been burnt
the
up.
insurance companies pulled out of Cali a week
That's
before the
most
fires.
of your water goes.
California Ford
Crazy how that happened.
said,
Yeah, but
they will
if
rebuild, but
California
they
is
will
gonna
turn
make
it
you put
into a
spring-
smart
No,
city.
Timmy
for the
says the
rich.
insurance companies left California a week before the fires. They knew they were coming. Because they're all scams.
Yeah. And you got a guy in New York right now, Scott Lebedo. He's a pretty famous artist. He does a lot of patriotic stuff. And he's trying to get the word out because they have this lithium battery storage areas they're putting in neighborhoods in New York City proper, where they still have
California
houses and
Ford
whatnot. You know, not
44
the high rises, but where
said,
ordinary people live at.
insurance company do not
No,
want
if
to
you
pay
get
their
a place
holders
that's
is
big
why
enough
they
to
pour
hold,
money
you know,
into
let's
it
say,
and they refuse to pay all homeowners the money.
5-10 tons of lithium battery material. The smoke alone will kill a whole borough. It'll kill, 5, 6. No, it'll kill more than that. It'll kill 10, 15 blocks worth of people just from the smoke alone.
Timothy Sokol said,
So
Muscom
I
is
typed in
already
his
got
comment. I
land
follow him
grab
on X. He
companies
actually
trying to
responds
butt up
me.
land.
But I told him, so when they cancel your insurance, so watch out, they're going to kill you. Just like they did in Hawaii and California. Or North Carolina.
Timmy says that Newsom's already got land grab companies trying to buy up the land that's being. These motherfuckers, it's like. And they make laws to where they can get away with it too. That's the worst part.
I mean, God damn it. Go back and watch half of John Wayne movies. It was all about land snatching. It's the same shit. 200 years later, we're still doing the same shit. And everybody acts like, oh, when did they do it? We know what they're doing. We know exactly what they're doing. Oh, I keep forgetting they bred all the smart people almost out of existence, and they created a whole fucking generations of retards who think they're special. I've got Google phone. It give me answer. I'm me smart. That's hilarious. You know, Chaos, you might be amongst the last generation of people with some critical thinking who actually know how to read a book or do cursive.
Timothy Sokol said, the only insurance available now is called the Fair Plan Bare Minimum Coverage, paying only 10 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, shit. Balls.
I fucked up. I chose the wrong answer.
Oopsie. I'm gonna make a spoof of Spaceballs. I'm gonna call it Shitballs. Shitballs. What about you? Have you found anything? Yeah, we found shit. What kind of shit? Smelly shit.
Looks like there's some corn and nuts in here too.
Excuse me, sir. There's some guy named Saunders swimming in this big pile of shit with corn in it.
Timmy says the only insurance available now is called the Fair Plan Bare Minimum Coverage, paying only 10 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, that's just like calling an abortion clinic a Planned Parenthood center.
Next to be the bread vines.
They should just call it the fucking sausage factory.
It gives you some money for food, but you can only get this kind of
Timothy
food.
Sokol said, I'm considered a dinosaur because I
You've
can
seen
write
that
in
movie
cursive and
Soylent
do
Green
long
with
division.
Charlton Heston, yeah?
Who what?
A movie from the 70s called Soylent Green with Charlton Heston.
I might have seen it.
Oh man, go back and watch it. You gotta watch it, it's a great movie. I believe people will go cannibal before they wait for the bugs to show, the weekly allotment of bugs showing up. What's up, Rex?
Hey, Rexus.
Hey,
We get our crickets in 3 days. Can you hold out, Jimmy? I don't know, Papa. I'm getting kind of hungry. Well,
No, fuck that. I'm gonna start eating people. I'm not eating no.
Mother is old and decrepit. She's already served a purpose. Tonight we dine on Mother.
California
I don't need to say it out
444
loud, but I think we all know
said,
who is gonna get
Rexus
eaten
Ola.
first.
That's
It's usually gonna be the people who sit down in the office all day type people. Yeah, they're gonna get done for. And I'm gonna come up with my own brand of sweet Betty Commander barbecue sauce for human flesh. Yummy. I'll do it with a southern voice, dude.
Bot Rex.
Hey, y'all. Y'all
Said,
tired of eating crickets? Would you
Enjoying
rather
the
eat some
show,
human
make sure
flesh?
to
'Cause
click
there's so
that
many
like button
fatties
and
out there.
subscribe
they're
to
half
show your
retarded.
support.
Don't forget to enjoy that beautiful sweet flesh with sweet Betty Commander's barbecue sauce.
California Ford 44 said,
Just keep eating
Newsom
them
is a
politicians
cocksucker
until
with
they,
tight
bring
pants
back
and
the
he
cows
ain't doing
and the
nada
chicken.
for
It
California
won't take
and
long.
so he can eat a dick and Karen base can kiss ass.
well, that's the thing. His goal was to never do anything for California. It was to line his own pockets and his friends' pockets.
China, don't forget China.
Well, I'm including China in that. His friends.
Timothy Sokol said,
No.
But he
"The rich
doesn't
are gonna go
realize
down in their bunkers
China-
till they all burn."
we'll send him out to the pastures just as fast.
Oh, chaos. Well, this is part of that syndrome of, you can't fight back, but, you beg the monster to eat them last. So Newsom would just put everybody else in front of him to die first.
California Ford 44 said, "Let them burn for all I care, Tim, cause they don't give two billy birds about us."
You'd think with all those rich actors losing a house. Oh, I forgot. They got multiple houses around the world like they give a shit. Never mind.
Timothy Sokol
yeah, and even then, they will
said,
run away before we even
Newscomb only
get a
makes
chance to
$140,000 a year but bought a $4 million
get-
mansion.
get their skin on our taste buds.
Yeah, you can't tell me that the Kardashians don't have like 3 or 4 helicopter pilots on standby.
A wild. Riggs Jr.
Yeah, and
entered
even
the
then,
chat. Welcome
who
to
wants
the
to
stream.
eat them?
Riggs
Because
Jr.
they're just nothing but
said,
plastic, and plastic is
Is
not
Bata Commander done
good for you.
fapping to Prime BEA
Oh,
Arthur
Rexus, you don't know
LOL.
how to be a cannibal,
Bot
bro.
Rex
Look, this is how you do it, man.
Said,
When your time
want
comes,
to partake in
all
the
I gotta
dumpster
do is put a
fires,
six-pack
join the
of beer out
Discord
in the street.
https
Won't be
discord
long before some dumbass wants a six-pack of beer.
ggfwchmrs.
I'll knock them out. I'll drag them, put them under the house, and I'm gonna start with their legs. This way, I got someone to talk to until I get the next one. Now, if you get the Kardashians, you start with their legs and their arms. This way, they can't escape, and you can just talk shit to them until you're tired of them and you don't even care about them no more. You just feed whatever to the
Timothy
dogs.
Sokol
Yeah, Riggs.
said, "The rich will fly away
I
and live
found
in
me
a
some
country
B.
they bought off."
Arthur Rule 34. Hell yeah.
Oh no. I was
Oh.
actually on Ike's stream and we were talking about it, and he asked the fucking AI just to do some B. Arthur with some massive titties.
There's just something about a 50-year-old B. Arthur and a beautiful white mound of pubic hair. Just, oh man, it just gets me going. Yeah. You wouldn't think it to look at her.
Like them
She had-
old because they're smelly.
No, actually, old women don't smell like you think they do, unless they're complete and utter whores and just keep using their vagina like a kangaroo pouch. But anyways, B. Arthur actually had, if you her body looks better than a Kardashian because she's not overly curvy. She has what you call an average woman's body, which is a normal woman's body. But the clothes she wore just, made her look kind of bulky and shitty because that was kind of the fashion back in the 70s. So that's why, and when I was 8 years old, I just remember seeing a TV show called Maude with B. Arthur in it. and that was my first boyhood TV crush. Because she's so cruel and you know, just she looks so, you know, unforgiving.
Masochistic man?
What?
Masochistic man? Loves a woman
Timothy
who
Sokol
looks
said,
cruel and
Commander likes that old
ruthless.
geezer poon that smells like Spengay ointment.
I know she'd be a complete and utter darling in bed, though.
Yep.
You gotta remember, man, I'm old enough to remember. I grew up in those times, in the 70s. Not just the TV shows, but, you know, people who actually dress like that. It's just, yeah.
It's just a different time period.
Oh, yeah, you still had girls, you know, going around with long hair and bikinis in the summer. It was up in New York. It was, man, I remember, I felt like Stewie from Family Guy, be like all giggling and shit. Because we had this in Buffalo, New York. We lived pretty close to the city park. This place is massive, man. I mean, this thing had a, you know, big creek that ran through it. I mean, it was big enough to where like 200-300 people can go stand under a 10-foot waterfall in the summertime and cool off. We had swimming pools, bike trails, running trails. Big park. Anyways, it was not uncommon to see, you know, like, you know, the young women laying out on the towels and stuff. And yeah, you walk by and you're like, oh, she's got booby feet. You know, that kind of shit. Oh, this is when America was thin and healthy. Oh, damn.
And back when we were at least sane.
No, I would never say America was ever sane. We were more polite. I don't know about sane. Like this, the 60s was bullshit. The 70s was even more bullshit. But at least we had Cheech and Chong, and McDonald's had real meat.
Yeah. In the 80s, it was still kind of bullshit.
Well, the 80s was accumulation of a lot of things, and America had more luxury than ever before. And I was one of those mean, cruel kids who was very good looking, very good, you know, great shape, and wore nice clothes. And I hung out with like-minded people, all the other young, sexy, normal people. And if you were fat, we didn't like you. If you were, you know, weird and ugly, we didn't like you.
I grew up in the 70s, too hot pants and high-waist pants, but that S in the past I don't live in the past.
But, you know, at that time, I was too young to know about the greed of Wall Street and all that other shit, but we were a trickle-down effect of it.
Yep.
That makes sense. But the 80s gave us the A-Team. Knight Rider, Airwolf, Miami Vice.
Yep.
He was a member of the cult of Cosmos.
But that was probably the last time in America as a man you could look at a woman at work when she gets out of control and go, Helen, are you on your fucking period or something? Go calm down. And they would leave.
Timothy Sokol
seriously, you can do that to women back then. You know, somewhere in the 90s, they started
18.
losing their shit.
Yeah, I know. Sadly, you can't do that in today's world.
Yeah, I see where Tim says you can drink it. Yeah, you can drink beer at 18. Yeah, we smoked in high school. They had a smoking area for us.
Oh yeah.
Because the government knew it was none of their fucking business. It was not their responsibility for our health. That's how they started creeping in everybody's fucking life, telling you what to do. We're doing it for your health. Fuck you. People ruin their health every fucking day. It's like when I was working in the hospital. You know, they don't have any. You can't smoke on campus anywhere, which is bullshit. You go. They're not going to stop you from smoking. But anyways, you can't. I mean, how many people go home and do heroin or other stupid shit? They all do. That's why 1/3 of the employees were cancer patients, and all the nurses are fat. Why the fuck are they doing anything for anybody's health at the hospital?
Timothy Sokol
They didn't. They failed.
Our school
But they
had a
wanna
smoking
control
lounge
you
for we
like a
liked school.
puppet. You know, ram their fist right up your ass. worked
That's
like a
because. That's because. Well, that's because they know this. Most people are like cattle. They don't care. They just don't want to be. They just don't want to be bothered openly. So you have to bother them subtly.
No,
Just,
people-
just
no,
corral
no.
them and send them to that little butcher place.
No, people used to fight back. People used
Yeah,
to
they
tell the
used
government,
to.
no, you're going too far.
Yep.
With the principal's permission, not even her letter, we could bring firearms to school and put them in our lockers for approved purposes. This is before they started drugging all the kids in school and saying, "Oh, you're hyperactive. I'm a female teacher, and I hate boys with energy and gusto, so I want them all drugged, zombified, so I can drone on and say nothing that nobody will remember."
And then she wonders why they don't remember. She wonder why. It is as if they were drugged beyond their minds.
And I hate any teacher who goes,
Timothy
"We
Sokol
should get paid more."
said,
I always want to scream
boycott
out,
anything we
"For
didn't teach
what?
like it worked.
You got the answers in the back of the book." An 8th grader can do what most teachers do. How many years did you have to study the English book? Your English book is the same book for the last 4 years of high school. They put a different color cover on it, and they rearranged the chapter so some fucking intellectual who went to college for 18 years can get a residual for saying, "Look, I've improved the English book to suit modern times."
And that said,
It's not-
modern times only does nothing but actually restrict the English language.
No. Not necessarily. What it does is it's a reflection on how boring
Timothy
and shitty
Sokol
school is. There's no
said,
reason to
raised
keep
by a single
American
mother doped up
teenagers in
starting
school
at
to the
12,
age
so
of
what
18
could go
in
wrong?
school. They should all graduate at 16. 16, you're ready to get the fuck out and work. Not out of the house, but at 16, you're ready to work.
Yep.
I was
You know,
ready to
England-
work
now
earlier
what-
than that. Just to get out of school.
16, everybody should graduate. There's no reason to go to 18. It's bullshit. You either go to college at 16, or you go to an apprenticeship, or you go to a trade school, or you just pick whatever job you can get. Or hell, just cut grass. That's what I did when I was, anyways.
Yeah, but they had to extend it because
Timothy
Well,
Sokol
when there's
said,
more years worth
"Had my
of
working papers at
indoctrination, it
16.
can work well. And even then, the old education system we all abide by wasn't really made to really teach people. It was made just to get people just to do their jobs without questioning it.
Yeah, I think somewhere they picked out 18 as a good age to absolutely break
Timothy
everybody
Sokol
in half. Now, this is
said,
why I speak so fondly of
and my
England.
driving permit too.
When I went there in the 80s, all those kids graduated school at 16. And this is what you did. You went to apprenticeship, you went in the military, you went to college, or you just got whatever job you can get. And men still had balls back then. Men told everybody to shut the fuck up back then, and they'd beat your ass right there in the street. The cops would show up and go, "What happened here?" It's like the Old West in America. Cops would, in England, the cops would show up and go, "What happened here?" You go, "This guy started a fight." He'd interview everybody. "Is it true?" You go, "Yeah, he's a witness." "All right, well, fuck him then." Everybody, disperse. Not today.
Yep.
That's why I know there's still men in England. They're all my age now, but we're dead. There's still guys over there who got balls, and they just, got nicer and nicer, and now they see what happened to them.
Yep.
But
Our own education system is
We're
kind of fucked.
we're lucky here in America that we watched all of Europe go to shit as fast as it did. Because what they should have done was they should have started invading America first with all the illegals, then invade Europe. Because Europe, they're so passive, they don't really speak up because, the governments are very harsh over there. They really should have worked harder to get rid of our guns. Once they invade our country, the Europeans would be like, "Oh, good, look, those Americans finally get taken down a notch." But they fucked it up so bad because they invaded Europe too fast.
Yep. And of course, even then, yeah, our own education system is kind of fucked to the point where there are some people advocating just to make our own education system something more akin to like Finland's education system, which apparently, from what I can tell, yeah, it is the most efficient one in the West so far.
Yeah,
But we still don't use it because that type of education system actually praises creativity and intelligence.
Oh, there's still plenty of
Not
creativity.
obedience.
There's plenty of, yeah, like Europe doesn't force obedience. Yeah, they used to smack kids across the face over in England up to the 80s in school, publicly. But anyways, there's enough creativity in America. There are a lot of dumbass retards. Even when I was in school, I knew it was just oppression, bullshit, just survive to graduate. But we, you know, me and you, I would say I was better than average as far as creativity because there were some other guys in school who were raised differently or had nicer, better parents or more resources, whatever you want to call it.
Timothy
There's no
Sokol
lack of creativity.
said, the Mexicans started moving
everywhere.
in when the
It's
Japs
just
were put
when you
into
get
the
out.
internment camps. The Mexicans
Everybody
took
wants
over
to
the
sit. Here's the
farmland.
problem with youth. Everybody graduates high school. They all want to be famous, set the world on fire, and do something really cool. They wake up 5, 10 years later and go, shit, this is harder than I thought. Durr.
And then they change their mind and choose a different path.
Right. Or they become so pissed off and bitter, you know, they just, well, kind of like what I did. I backed myself up into a corner mostly because I was trying to, you know, make enough money, pay my child support and, you know, whatever, make sure, you know, my child had, you know, what was necessary. And then some, of course, if, you know, whenever I could. But not enough to make everybody's life luxurious because I saw no reward in it. I've made good money. I mean, I've made some really good money from time to time on contract jobs. I mean, I'm talking kind of money I should have been, you know, if I would have invested it and saved it and worked 3 more years in the field, I should have had at least like $2 or $3 million in a Roth somewhere. You know, I should be done. I was like, what's the point? I tried to get married 2 more times. Yeah, I know, everybody's gonna beat me up on that one. Go fuck yourself. You know, I just wanted one more shot at it. This is before the internet and people started talking. That's why I tried to get married again. I wanted one more shot at it because I felt like, all right, I learned some lessons. I know what to do now. And I realized during those 2 times, no, nothing's changed. And again, I just went back to making. The only reason I made more money is because I wanted to attract, you know, a wife. But, you know, money doesn't buy a good wife. It buys a whore fool. It rents you an obedient, you know, fleshlight for a while.
Prostitute.
Yeah, until she gets pissed off at you or she finds something
California
better.
Ford 44
And the only
said,
people who are really
I
happy
would
who
love
get
to
married,
make great money, but it takes
poor.
2 jobs
You
to
gotta be
do
like
it,
really
and one
stinking
only
poor,
got
struggling
married
all the
once,
time.
and that's it. No
you know, we
more,
gotta,
but
you know,
I am hopeful.
teamwork with each other. There are people who are married and do quite well, and they're happy. But that's, you know, that's why I stopped, you know, doing all these hard, dangerous jobs around the country and in other countries. It's dangerous. And there's no incentive for me to keep going. I was like, what's the point of having all this money if I can't have a, you know, fucking partner in life?
If
you know,
I can't
a wife,
enjoy it with somebody else.
Timothy Sokol said, I
And
grew
every
up
time,
through the
you know,
Kennedy assassination, the
whenever
King
I shave,
assassination,
even
and the
today,
race wars, then
well, it'd be a
Vietnam.
little different today because, you know, I got the old man thing going for me. But
Right.
I'd say all the way up to my 40s, if I shaved and put on nice slacks and a shirt and tie, women don't want to talk to me. But when I don't shave and I wear a dirty T-shirt and ripped jeans, man, women can't wait to fuck me in the parking lot. They're like, "Oh, look at that dirty motherfucker. Ooh, I'm gonna have sex with him." I'm like, what? You know, this is back in the '90s when women were saying they want men to look nice and, you know, smell good. No, they don't. I can't tell you how many times, Chaos, I've gone 3 days without a shower. I come back to civilization. All I wanted was a beer. and some woman got a sniff of me, and the pheromones must have drove her nuts. I'm not saying don't shower, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because they've done studies, more than one university has done studies where they take all the guys who are in the athletics departments in colleges, and they gave them a T-shirt, ran them around on a hot summer day so they all sweat in it. They collected all these shirts and they put them in random spots in movie theaters. And they had someone watch, and all the women that walked into the movie theater either sat in those seats where those shirts stank up the seat, or very close to it. So all the women gathered to that smell. So there is something to it.
Timothy Sokol said, I got slick learned to play guitar and played in the Call RDGE frat houses good
I'll
times.
read some of these comments here. But I've only got myself to blame for, where I'm at in my life right now. I should be retired with enough money to say, fuck, I'm doing nothing for nobody. But like everybody else, man, I'm gonna work till I die.
Yep.
I mean, I do have some investments in places. Some of them depend on certain things that happen, but all I care is it's legal. Nobody can touch me, so fuck them. But I think soon I'm gonna re-enter the tactical nylon market and see how much competition I got.
Timothy
in town.
Sokol
Because the stuff I make,
said,
nobody else is making.
I retire, I'll be dead in a year.
Now, and I'm noticing my videos on stuff I made a year ago. People are still watching those videos. So people are hunting equipment. Because not everybody makes what I make. There's only 2 other companies in this country that make 3 of the items that I make: the assault vest, the shotgun ammo pouches, something else. But nobody else makes this stuff. They don't want to. 'Cause everybody wants to follow the cool ass, 14-year-old airsofter kid. Oh, this is the kit you need. This is stuff you need for, blah, 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 or whatever.
The kid's a paid shill.
Well, Chaos, I've noticed.
Timothy
because,
Sokol
let's see, what
said,
was yours? Hold on. Let me
I
think
still
now.
do welding
Well,
on
make
the
sure I say
side.
this right. From 2014 to 2020, having, selling my merchandise in several of the tactical shops here in town, and meeting with a bunch of special forces men who become special forces. You can almost tell when you're talking to some of these guys, they were the cool ass 14-year-old airsofter kid. And when these guys get in the military, special forces guys are allowed to change their equipment up for purpose. So, these guys who are 14-year-old kids in the airsoft, they become special forces guys, and they influence the trend on what equipment's being used. So there is something to it, but I think it's a bit retarded though, because it fucks up the whole supply chain is what it does. Is everybody in the military, everybody wants customizable Gucci fucking war gear.
Like it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, like Call of Duty. It's bullshit. Special forces guys used to wear the same shit infantry
Timothy
guys wore.
Sokol
Basic TA-50,
said,
the same ammo
I
pouches,
make a
all that
living
shit.
on ammo components. The pouches
And
are
when Molly
secondary.
gear started coming out, they customized. I get it. You want some if you're on a short raid, you definitely want some customized gear for a purpose. You got to have your demo guy ready to go. You want comm guy, just being the comm guy. I get it, for a short raid. But when you're doing a long haul, you don't need customizable shit. And most of that stuff that these guys wear will not work in a European theater because it won't work with the parka, winter gear, rain gear. It works really good in the desert when it's yeah, because you got guys wearing these special pants now with
I did
spandex
paid
and shit
survey
in it,
on
so
the
they can all
site
be
and
more
it helps.
dynamic and move, which is really cool. But those pants don't last long. They last maybe what 2-3 months before they start falling apart, depending on the weather. And all their equipment, you know, they keep doing different missions, and they got to keep changing. You know, they got to have like several types of loadout. It's kind of bullshit.
Timothy Sokol said, "I'll be back, guys."
I mean, really, when it comes down to it, you just need ammo, a knife, and a water bottle, and you know, a little bit of ration for most of your stuff, and you just put the rest of your shit in the backpack and go. But no, everybody wants 20. They want 20 pouches all up front, so they get to all their shit. It's like nobody low crawls anymore. You know, that's getting down to the ground and low crawling is probably one of your best ways of survival in a combat situation.
Yeah.
But no, they want to put fucking 15 inches of shit right on their chest. You know, even if they do get on the ground, they're going to have to lay flat on their back, and you're not moving fast and dynamic that way. But if that's the way they want to do it, then, you know, I'm not going to stop them.
If they die, they die.
Well, I'm looking back at the stuff that I wore in the 80s. It was just basically a plain helmet, and we had the old, the flak vests, the camouflage ones. Those are not bulletproof. But, you got to trade some things off for speed and being dynamic. You can't be a turtle, armor yourself up head to toe, and, now you're walking so slow, you can't get out of trouble faster than you got into it.
Yep.
Because even with the best laid plans, all you need is that one thing to screw up, where those 5 guys who were set up that you didn't know about. Oh man, that just changes everything. But no, there's some places where you need to armor up like a turtle, and other places you got to ask yourself, do you want speed or protection? So, and if you look at the American military, because everybody's getting fat and people are dumber, and IQ points are dropping worldwide every 20 years. America can only supplement so many armored vehicles, extra armor, electronics to give us advantage. That stuff only lasts so long. And you got to feed that beast a lot because it's very hungry. Am I making sense, or am I just full of shit? Imagine being a Navy SEAL guy who does shipboarding, and you're on a fast craft. Really a small fast craft. How much body armor and shit you gonna wear to take a chance of falling into the drink? You know you ain't gonna swim. There's no buoyancy in that shit. So now you got to bring supplemental flotation stuff. So you're either wearing an active life preserver, or you're wearing something that has a CO2 cartridge in it.
I would
Then
just
you gotta-
pretty much wear
Then you-
nothing.
Oh, sure, everybody wants to, but think about it. You got to climb up that ladder, and we're talking rolling seas, and it might even be raining, and it's nighttime. You're going to want a bump helmet, because running around a ship is no joke. You bump your head on it, it's all made of metal. You bump into anything, you're getting cut to the skull, or if not, crack it. That's just from a little light jog. But if you're trying to move fast and dynamic, you can poke an eye out real fast. Now you're going to want some body armor, at least keep your vital organs from getting popped. And how many grenades and flashbangs can you carry? How many smoke grenades can you carry? How many, everything can you carry? Oh god damn, it's just maddening, man. I was watching this one series where some guy has the great fortune of going. He's an American, and he goes to all these other foreign militaries for propaganda and recruitment purposes. And he did a thing with the Norwegian naval services, like our American SEALs. And they were showing all the equipment you had to wear. So you have to put on, because the water's so cold. So now these guys are wearing a dry suit, which can be, uncomfortable after a while. At first, it's no problem. But, when you're wearing it for a while, you're sealing in all your body heat. Then you got to put on like 50 pounds more of gear and armor and ammo. You got a bump helmet. You got to have a flashlight. You got to have your weapon. You you got to have other things when you get on that ship. So you're talking about almost 70 pounds of kit, and you're climbing up a really small ladder that you just, through the grappling hook up over the side. Oh God, man, you gotta be a tough son of a bitch just to do something basic. It's funny. You watch a World War II film. These guys are practically naked. They just go assault a ship with just some rubber shoes and a pair of shorts and a BAR
California
and two
Ford
magazines.
44 said, still here but bouncing in and out.
Oh, excuse me. I just had a Mexican Coca-Cola with real cane sugar in it. Made me burp.
Couldn't even hear it because it's the Discord. If it gets too loud, the Discord will just cut it out.
Yeah, well, my microphone's not really projecting like it should, so. Anyways, that Coca-Cola was delicioso.
Yep. Yeah,
Fucking shit, man. God damn. Sorry. I'm feeling... I sped my day up. I went through it. I saw an opportunity to finish up early, and it cost me by picking up heavier shit. And I'm really going to feel that shit tonight or tomorrow. I didn't
yeah.
break. I'm just... But it's in a weird place between my shoulder blades on my back. So I used them muscles really roughly today. As long as it didn't hit my lower back.
Just right now, I'm just chilling because I am going to have a voice call with a friend of mine from Texas, and with him, I just pretty much have to schedule out my voice calls, and right now I'm just in here killing time.
Well, how you doing on your story? You should be on page 7 by now, yeah?
Actually, I'm still on page 6, mainly because I'm just taking a bit of a break, just so I don't get burned out. But I am now working on the side project. That one I've barely even touched, and that's because well, it's mainly meant to be more comedic, so it's going to be a bit more harder of thinking of jokes that will actually land. And then there's the fact that I've been mainly focused on the Midnight Angel story.
Yeah. Well, tonight I'm shooting video of my action figure. He's gonna have sex with a Barbie doll tonight. So I should have that video shot, done, and edited. God, I hope before 10 o'clock, but I'd like to get it done about 8 o'clock. I don't know, I should... Fuck, it's only 2 o'clock, man. I should have it, yeah. I don't need any special lights or nothing for it. I've already got the background picked out for it, and the, it's arranging the music, then I gotta do voiceover, because I got a voice changer so I can sound like a woman. I gotta see how that goes. There's not a lot of dialogue in it. There's a little bit of dialogue. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. You gotta watch the video. It should be quite humorous and entertaining.
Yep.
I think Callie would like my video.
California Ford 44.
Yeah, she probably will.
Y'all have a
especially
wonderful
knowing
blessed
what she
day in
wants
Chaos
to do
4 feel
with
better
Big
buddy.
Angry Phil.
It's going to be consensual sex where two action figures are making sweet, sweet love.
Yep.
And I think Bob wants to do some more dancing soon, so.
Yep, and I'm still kind of working on the side projects. I just don't know how to end it because it's called Ruby Mining, and I am currently in the whole mining the Ruby segment. But it's like, okay, how do I end it with him finding another thing that just pretty much prolongs the journey that he pretty much wants to go on.
Super easy, barely inconvenient. Watch chaos. All you gotta do is kick somebody's ass, give them some dip potato chip, and just say to be continued.
Yep. Yep.
You could be the galactic dip potato chip master. 2,500 years in the future.
Dip potato chip.
Teabagging has been deemed illegal by the powers to be. And you,
How?
I don't fucking know. They call this sexual assault.
Some fucking galactic Karen in the future will call
Some
it
galactic
HR.
Karen called it sexual assault. When you teabagged her after you owned her in a digital
Prince
game.
Jr. said,
Yeah,
"That don't need the modulator to sound like a woman." LOL.
It's gonna be some bitch from named Karen in the HR department saying you were dipping your balls in too many dead people's mouths, and you gotta pay a penalty now. Rake says I don't need a modulator. Sound like a woman. You haven't heard the modulator. I played it and recorded it, and I'm like, holy! I don't trust anything on you anywhere anymore, because just with the low tech shit I got, oh man, I can come up with another channel you guys will never know.
Yep.
I could be,
Or in my
I could be,
case,
I could be another
or in my
Carl
case,
Davis.
yeah, or in
Yeah.
my case, with my my vocal cords, I can pretty much make it sound almost like a woman. But I
Yeah,
just
but we
need,
would know
need
it's
to have
you.
something that can pretty much change the pitch and boom.
No, we would know it's you.
Yep.
You're stuttering. Be a big indicator.
It's not the stuttering. It's a certain. There's a couple key phrase words he
That too.
let go.
That's how you can generally tell if someone's got a suck account or something. Let them talk long enough, they'll tell on themselves. Through their mannerisms, their lingos, their wordage.
I'm picking
Yep.
on you when I say this, Rexus, but not to be mean. But you're a very young man, and I don't think you've been traveled or had enough experience to completely give yourself a 180. Nobody can backtrack on you just yet. I'm not saying you can't do it. You're just not there yet.
Yep. The only thing that I can do that can be an entire 180 would be me constantly changing my own usernames, and that's pretty much all it.
Now, I got the benefit of traveling to several states in this country, working in 3 other countries, and living there long enough to pick up on, the flavor of the language and how they speak.
Yep, my family was actually going to go to Colorado this year and somewhat spend time there, but thanks to the protests, we are sadly going to still do a vacation in our home state, because fuck you, and fuck our fun, and fuck the traveling thing, fuck the leftists.
I'll tell you where I'll give you a great example, like England. I know a bunch of words they use as slang. As far as slang goes, I can't convince other British people I am British to a point. Now, if you want to try and compete with that, you'd have to watch a shitload of a TV show called Little Britain. I mean, a lot of it. And even
Yep.
and if you don't have anybody to tell you what some of these words mean, you're going to use them wrong.
Yeah.
This is why you never ask a woman for a ride in England. She'll slap you. But if you ask her for a lift, she might accommodate you.
Yep.
Briggs will agree with me on that one.
I'm actually remembering something, and I am thinking of how did he still think that I was this, despite the fact that I don't even have the accent? Because you know my entire obsession with the whole Slavic culture thing, with the whole Slavic symbols. And
Yeah.
someone actually thought I was from like one of the Slavic nations, and of course I was thinking of, do you even hear my voice? Do I have a Slavic accent? No.
Well, people do come to America and assimilate rather well.
Yeah,
Somebody
but
like
for me, I've been here pretty much all my life, and it's pretty much hard just to do a Slavic accent.
Well, yeah, but there's other people who come here from other countries and speak just like any American within a year because they don't want to be picked out of the crowd. Then
Yep.
again, talking like an American's easy, except for Schwarzenegger, who acts like he got here last month. He does it on purpose.
Yep.
But if you look at a lot of a lot of actors, that's all they do is they submerge themselves in, whatever. Like if they're going to be a New York cop, they just go hang out with some New York cops and listen to them talk, and somebody will coach them for a while. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, shit. When I was living in England, I caught
wow.
myself, speaking like they do
Barbaro.
with their
Entered the
slang
chat.
and everything.
Welcome to the stream.
Because we were
Barbaro.
authorized to have
Hey, what's up,
longer hair.
Barbaro?
Good afternoon, Chaos and chat.
Barbaro. Yeah, and we were authorized to have longer hair, so it's easy for me to go in the countryside and just pretend like, I'm from the city or something. I'm not, and not be an American. Because we didn't have military haircuts when I was over there because of terrorism. Which is kind of neat.
Yep.
But that one video I did, the beatings will continue until morale improves. Every bit of that, I nailed it. And, all the British people watch it, they're all thoroughly convinced, I made that shit in the UK. They can't believe, an American made that one.
Yep.
So I'm proud of that little bit of work I did there. That's one of my first decent videos. Yeah. This week, I want to finish up my the Batty Command Center, the Batty Communications Command Center, where the guys get the troll alert and fire the OLA missiles. So that's what I've been working on. I was gonna do it last week, but I was like, I need more room. I need to fix something. So, anyways, I doubled the size of my green screen area, and I got to play with that this week and see how it works, and go back to. I don't want to finish my German thing. I actually want to take it back before the invasion happens, on the ship. So I'm going to show like a guard mount. I'm going to have all the men, God damn, I forgot what you call it. Falling in, for like the morning brief kind of thing. I got to duplicate myself like 20, 30 times. And I'm kind of excited about it because in Rexus, I know you like this part. I'll be wearing my German helmet.
Yep. The Stahlhelm. Something that has always been appearing in my own stories for a while because, well, it's just cool.
It is a cool helmet.
Yep.
I'm surprised you ain't got one.
Yeah, I know. There's a reason why last year on Halloween I was thinking of, you know what? This would be fun. An entire plank doctor in a tuxedo who's also wearing a Stahlhelm. But sadly, I did not really have money for one, and even then, there were no shops in my areas that have like fake replicas. Now, of course,
Amazon.
online shipping. Even then, we do not have the money just to buy one.
They're $15. I bought two of them like 3 or 4 months ago. They're black. They got padded foam. I mean, they're real cheap. I mean, they're plastic, but man, they look good. Shipping and handling on is like $3. It's like not even $20 for a nice German helmet. It's hold on a second.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Most of the money is like in my own dad's account. So even then, even if we were just to buy one, it would still be a no.
I'm gonna look it up here. So 2025. Oh, excuse me. And Halloween's over, so the price might have gone down.
I got a Plague Doctor's costume for like $20.
Here we go. Nikki Biggs. Okay. I'm gonna get the link here. I'm gonna send it to you. It's all right. So it's okay. It is $20. So it's $19.98 right now, and shipping handling for me. Yeah, it's like not even $4.
And for Halloween last year, I dressed up as my character from Demonologist, which was a dude walking around in a suit with a plague doctor's mask. Until I decided to take his, until I figured it'd be funnier, I was running around naked.
Yeah, that was,
Now I'm just
that
running
was
around
my
naked
Halloween.
in a plague doctor's
Yeah, that was
mask.
pretty much my Halloween costume as well. But with me, since that we did not have the helmet, it's like, okay, we'll just have to go with the robe, and that's what we did. But yeah, it does hide the suit, which apparently someone thought I was dressed up as a vampire without the mask, which I mean by kind of makes sense. I am extremely pale.
And of course, they got a white one with a red cross on it, like the medic. And that one's $5 cheaper, but you can always paint it black or whatever color you want. I'll get a picture of that. Okay, it's in your Discord, so.
Yep.
There we go.
Ah.
And like I said, it's just plastic, but man, shit, I was wearing it today. I actually sometimes I just like to put it on when I'm in the garage fucking around. And I got the garage door open, but I got to remember, somebody drives by, and I got my German flag out there now. So I don't want people driving by, seeing my German flag with me and my German helmet, thinking, that goddamn Nazi living next door to me. Son of a bitch. I'm going to buy him a beer.
Yeah, with me, I actually used to have this one Russian-looking helmet before I regrettably got rid of it because it does look cool. But let me show you. Just need to find an image of it.
Domo morigato, misto ribato, domo. Domo. You probably won't get that reference there, Rexus, but for those of us who know, we know.
Yep, but basically, I had something more akin to this, but it was plastic and black, and I think I can send the image unless it's not download. Okay, it was something more akin to this, but it was all black and plastic, and I regrettably got rid of it.
Don't beat yourself up. It happens.
But it's a cool looking helmet.
Oh, sure.
Yep, and...
Oh, that's a Russian helmet. Nice.
Yep.
All right,
because...
I can see why you beat yourself up over that one. Yeah, you're a dumbass.
Yep.
But...
Yep.
Hell, man, cosplay foam. Make your own.
Yeah. And and of course I am actually kind of having the same ideas as my outlaw with the whole sticker thing, but it's mainly just with my little side project. That one I'm probably planning on doing actual merch for, because with the main story I'm writing, yeah, it is the main one, but it's like, nah.
I'm waiting for Chaos merch. I want to see that, like he showed that thing on my live the other night, the dip tato chip. That bad guy with the twirly mustache. Yeah. Dip in its sack right now, other dude's face. I want a sticker of that.
Yep.
Like, taste those sour, fucking sweaty vinegary nuts in your mouth, mother. Yeah. Dip.
Take a chip.
I had a merch store.
Video. Got a store?
I had one.
Oh. Go to your channel here. See what we got.
It was through Streamlabs.
Streamlabs.
Yeah.
What's we got coming in here?
Who dat? Who dat?
Optimo.
It's your shiny penis ready to be popped.
Oh, what's up, Matt? How you doing?
What's up?
Playing some Assassin's Creed.
Fuck. Oh yeah, the gay one.
I have a couple of gay friends, unfortunately. This is one of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
How you doing? Yeah, I met this
Why you
guy
sound
back
like
in,
that?
I spent all day Saturday hacking and wheezing because of allergies. And this is the outcome.
You sound like a heavy-set girl that's trying to hit on a man. Hey gosh, I want to come over to your house.
Did you say steak?
I'll eat your butter. Boy, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I hope you feel better.
Me too. I just gotta get some chloroseptic spray, but I can't get no chloroseptic spray until I get paid. That would speed up the process, or people are saying get some lemon and honey.
Arvaro said,
Lemon,
tell the truth,
salt,
Chaos, you
and
ate a
shut
whole
the
bag
fuck
of
up.
DCKs.
Do what?
Relax your vocal cords.
Yeah.
Shut up. Relax your vocal cords.
That's what they tell you in jail. Just relax your voice.
They also say if you fought, that's an open invitation for a little pump and dump.
If they can hear it.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? I'm looking for snackies. I'm poor as to be. So what are you guys playing?
I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yes, I heard that. Oh, you're playing that. I said guys. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the men in the Discord.
The other men in the Discord, yeah, they're not playing anything. Nice try, man.
Oh,
They're currently not playing.
oh, damn it.
No, I'm just hanging out talking shit.
Same as me.
Hell
Quit
yeah.
lying, you're here for the teabagging.
Amen, brothers.
He's here for the teabagging assassin.
I'm a big fan of the teabagger. Want to see some of that dip,
I
tater,
wonder if your
teabag.
face is as pre-pubescent as your voice.
Who, me?
Hope you're not smoking. I'm talking to Sean.
I'm not smoking.
I'm always talking shit to him. If I don't know you, I don't talk shit about you. Well, maybe.
Quit lying, you jumping on the dog piles.
The dog piles of shit? Got tons of that. You need some?
Nah. I'm good. I have
Chris
I have a
Jr.
dog shit free yard, and
said,
I'd like to keep it that way.
U.S. the fudge packer that invaded the Discord booty
Oh,
hole,
okay.
LOL.
The fudge packer
that
that
cutaway I
invaded the
got.
Discord is a buddy of mine from many, many moons ago that I met in EverQuest Online Adventures.
Jesus Christ, Chaos. You're
Yeah.
starting to sound like me when I get sick.
That's what I'm saying. Sounds like a prepubescent teen.
Chaos has got that attitude like my cutaway of that nipple guy. Oh, I don't need luck. I'm
He's-
good. Hey, luck with the nipple thing. I don't need luck. I'm good.
Yep.
Nipple rubbing
So in my case,
ensues.
when I do get really sick, I just sound like some hardcore chain smoker.
Oh yeah, nipple please. That's me.
That's a baddie. He sounds like a hardcore chain smoker.
Uh-huh. Been smoking since I'm
Got the
13,
raspy
man.
voice. Hey man, I'm right there with you. I think I was 11. Pretty sure I was 11.
Well, I developed a raspy voice. Women like that kind of raspy voice. They don't like that.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm from New York. Yeah, my name's Rizzo.
Hey,
yeah, how you doing, honey?
Hey, I talk like this all the time, man. It shows off like a lot of people. They think you're like
Really fucked up or mean or some kind of asshole if you talk to him in a deep voice.
so you gotta talk to him in a nice high voice.
Yeah. When I'm talking to bitches, I like, hey, baby. I turn into Barry White when I talk to bitches.
Oh,
Hey, baby. You'll never find a juicy dick like mine. Now bend over, baby. We're gonna get working.
Casey, we're gonna get to work. 2 pumps and he's done.
I would love to be a Minuteman. I have never been a Minuteman in my life. I would love to be
I love it. I take about 2 minutes and I'm done. I like to get in and out. I don't want to waste more time than need be.
Oh man.
I'm in and out. It's my motto is come when I come or come when I come back.
A wild.
If I don't finish, I
Thumtao
don't care.
Phoenix.
When I go past,
Entered the chat. Welcome
if
to
I
the
go
stream.
past 2 hours,
Thumtao
you
Phoenix
know, I
said.
just wait till she breaks
Brother
down.
Chaos
She's
Brother
cross-eyed,
Bada
and when she
chat.
can't remember her name,
Now
I'm like,
he's letting us
I'm
know
done.
that he takes Viagra. He
No,
is
they
taking
should.
them pills. Get off the blue pills.
No, I don't take. That's dangerous, man. Get a blood clot stuck in your dick, and you have to go to the emergency room to get it deflated. Fuck that.
I mean,
I learned-
at least it ain't the clap.
No, I learned a special breathing technique that'll keep me going for longer than I should.
Oh yeah, does it go? I love you. you. That's my detour. It doesn't work all the time though. Barney's
I just
pretty
think-
hot.
I just think of B. Arthur naked at 50 years
Barbaro
old. That just keeps me hard
said.
all night.
07 Brother
I
Thumtao
don't even know who
Phoenix.
that is.
Thumtao
That's a
Phoenix.
chick from the
Said.
70s.
Brother
Golden
Varel.
Girls, bro.
Yeah, she's a tall
Yeah.
golden girl.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, I'm an old man, so it's something I used to watch as a young man.
I mean, the show was cool, but I don't know about what chick you're talking about.
The tall
It's that
masculine one.
It's that one
Thumtao
tall
Phoenix
golden girl with that white
said.
hair,
Bada
and
thinks
her
the
mom is
doctors,
called
nursing
Wow.
home women all he needs.
Oh wow. He
Yeah.
likes some strong, independent women.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I want a bitch that'll make my food and do the yard work.
That's the kind of chick who gets on top of your dick and she slaps you and she goes, "Moan, you bastard." Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm calling the cops.
I like a woman
Don't
who gets
put your
on
hands
top.
on me.
I like
Yeah,
a
that's
woman who
cool
gets
and all,
on
but
top.
as soon as you put your hands on me, I'm calling the cops.
I love it when they say, "You're
Thumtao
gonna
Phoenix
make me come, goddamn it."
Said.
You're like, "Yes,
He
ma'am."
wants BEA to throw him around.
Maybe next time.
He wants B. Arthur to pick him up and spin him around in the air. We'll call it foreplay.
B. Arthur's the kind of woman who walks in and goes, "It's time, snoo snoo."
Dude, what does it do with these pedestrians? They just keep coming.
The Mtau Phoenix.
Come on,
I'm
Cass.
already thinking about going now.
Fucking airplane
Do the
spin.
Wonder Woman
Pretty goddamn
spin.
bored.
Do the Wonder Woman spinning. Cut them all, man. Cut them all open. Said you going to the mall? Hope you got some body armor and packing.
I think he said he's got to find his balls.
Oh. Oh, I can't help you with that. Yeah, you're on your own. Last time I went to the mall was last year before Christmas, and I was surprised to see the food court was packed. People are just stupid. Oh yeah. What am I going to do on a Saturday? I'm a single mother and with my children. Hey, let's go get some overly processed food to make us even fatter and destroy our health even faster. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Uh-huh.
Let's pay 6 times what food should cost.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
Rex.
Oh, what's up,
what's,
man?
what's all these gay boys in here
Enjoying the
doing?
show, make sure to click
Talk-
that
I
like
don't
button
know
and
where all these
subscribe to show your
homosexuals
support.
started coming from.
Man, just all these penises just everywhere.
Man,
Makes me,
y'all
makes
up
me
in
wanna-
here.
makes me sing my penis song. Penis, 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 penis.
We
penis.
were just overly dried and waiting on that moist tip of yours. That's all.
That southern
Bunch of-
drawl. That southern drawl just opens me up.
Bunch of fellers in
Mtau
here
Phoenix.
hanging out. I don't see no women.
If single
Oh,
mothers cared about
sausage
their and their
fest.
children's health, they wouldn't have had
Penis,
children out of
penis.
wedlock to
Floppy
begin with.
penis,
Wiener, 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 wiener.
Man,
floppy wiener, floppy wiener.
I was gonna have a hot dog for lunch. Y'all are talking me out of it now.
Oh no, you definitely want a glizzy, and you bite it straight up.
A
Don't
glizzy.
fucking rip it. Bite it.
A glizzy.
Just don't lick the side
Yeah.
before you bite it.
A
Oh no,
glizzy.
you want to lick all of this shit up. You want the relish, the ketchup, the mustard, all that. Nope.
Don't flop it up and down on your tongue before you put it in your mouth either. That's gross.
Ah, okay, that might be a
Phoenix.
little gay, but
I
slap
would
it.
like to,
Said-
I would like to
Oh,
smack
That's
himself in
what
the face a
happens
little
in
bit.
outlaw
Just
You
tool
gotta-
shed.
If you gotta eat hot dogs sideways, man. You gotta do it like you do corn sideways. You can't eat it the long way.
No, sir.
If
You-
you put it in your
you-
mouth and do a figure
I
eight,
like
you're gay.
getting sucked sideways. So you might turn me on watching.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
If you put it halfway in your mouth and you're holding imaginary balls, you might be a fag.
The Mtau Phoenix.
But what if they're
Yeah,
real
said-
balls?
If you put
Flanders
the hot
eats
dog in your mouth
everything
and you
the
go,
wrong way.
"Ugh," you might be gay.
Jesus Christ, man!
But what if you go,
If you eat hot dogs through holes in the wall, you might be gay.
I mean, any
But what if
phallic
they're squares?
shaped, any phallic shaped object that you're eating, you gotta eat sideways, man. Otherwise, you're Father Saunders.
That's why I always eat taco. Can't fuck
Hey,
that up.
Get to eat tacos.
I always eat for burgers, not the hot dogs.
I've seen people eat tacos sideways before. No kidding.
It's really hard.
I'm
to
like,
look
who
gay
the
eating
fuck
tacos.
raised you to eat tacos sideways, man?
Look, man, it's real hard to look gay eating a taco, but you can look really gay eating a hot dog.
And a banana,
well,
and a popsicle, and
well,
other
when you do it, your pinky's got to be out.
fancy. Gotta be fancy. I
You
mean,
gotta
I'm
give it a-
on.
Got to give it a boy's name too. You're like, oh, Roger, nummy nummy.
Why's it got to be Roger?
When you turn into one of those fuckers from In Living Color who did the movie reviews, hated it, you know, give it a Z snap.
Some people love the veiny taste, the veiny texture of a Snickers bar on their tongue.
Oh,
Hell
damn.
yeah, that's just the best. And then you get the little lumps from, what potentially could have been herpes. It's pretty dope.
Jackal Hunter just got grossed out.
Shit, man, I can't even eat candy bars
The
like
wild.
that no more because people are
Jackal
like, dude,
Hunter.
what are you eating it the long way
Entered
for?
the chat. Welcome to the stream.
I
Cause I
damn
like
sure
that
Jackal
shit.
Hunter
Long way, motherfucker.
said.
I can't even eat a
Jackal
Starburst
Hunter
anymore since all I was
said.
talking about that one
Or the
dude
ridges
chowing
from
down
Dick.
on them.
No, that was Riggs.
Oh, he's talking about them Pooniti cysts.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Riggsy. Riggsy Jr.
Again, there's a
I'ma
reason
still
why
eat them motherfuckers. I don't care what he says.
No, Riggs got it from Terrence Pop because Pop told that
Riggs
story, I think.
Said.
Yeah.
If you're
Want
the kind
to
of
partake
person
in
who
the
buys
dumpster
a
fires,
pack
join
of
the
hot dogs
Discord
with 8,
https
and then you get a
Discord
pack of buns that only have 6 in it, and you smile and go, I only need 6.
Jackal
Oh
Hunter
my.
said.
You might be a little
Vaginal starburst.
there's a reason why when I do.
Well, you
there's a
know,
reason why
homemade pigs in the
years-
blanket.
You might be a
Oh,
Meg
my
Griffin
pigs.
fan.
There's a reason why for years I always cut up my hot dog. I always cut it up.
Man, look, if you're not putting chili on one, cheese, onions, peppers, you're not eating it correctly.
Look, ever since I found out hot dogs are made out of lips and assholes, I'm like, no, this ain't food. No.
Yeah, it's ground up
Well,
like
it's made of
brains,
more than
eyeballs,
just
everything.
but it's everything. It's just like your ground beef. If you eat ground beef, I don't want to hear you talk shit.
Jackal Hunter said.
That's why me and Outlaw
He
went
doesn't
shopping
want to get
online
caught lacking
for
eating
a
it the
meat
long
grinder
way.
so we can get some steak, make our own hamburgers,
Mhm.
and control
Well,
the fat
you get
ratio.
less of them bones and all that other
Yeah,
filler
'cause
that
I
they
got-
add into it.
Because I got a buddy that taught me into getting one of those. I'm still looking, but he's talked me into getting one of them and grinding up like bacon and all that, making hamburger patties.
Ooh, bacon. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
You take strips of bacon and ground beef, whatever you're going to use, and you grind it up through that meat grinder.
You ain't got to explain it. You already sold me on ground up bacon inside of a hamburger. That's all I
Y'all
need to
done
know.
lost your damn mind. Grinding.
It all cook.
Yeah.
It will all cook, you know.
And
Pigs
when,
don't sweat.
and when the food runs out from all these riots this summer, when I go cannibal, that's just going to make it even more fun.
Amen. I'm in
Yeah.
here in the Piggly Wiggly. Speaking of pigs, I'm in the Piggly Wiggly shopping for some shitski. See what we can
Well,
find.
Squeal like a pig. Squeal like a pig, boy. Squeal.
Boy,
Squeal.
I'm in this motherfucking Piggly Wig looking for some. Huh? Oh shit, they got lumber up in this joint? That's what I'm
Don't
talking
worry,
about.
man. You got a bunch of it surrounding your house. You just go outside,
Hell
chop
yeah,
some
man.
tree down. You got lumber for the whole season.
If I need some firewood, chop one of the walls down and just burn it.
You need some
Man, I'll tell you,
firewood.
I could take them squirrels, I chop his nuts off and stick it in the grinder with my burger. I'll have me some squirrel nut burgers.
Oh
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Oh
Jackal was
shit, we
good.
got another gay boy. Another
Who we
gay
got in
boy
here?
joined.
Jackal.
What's a jackal?
Baggy waggy jackal.
Hey, just because his avatar looks like My Chemical Romance does not mean he's a fag, okay?
Come on, man.
Yes, he is.
Okay, he's not a
Aw.
fag. He's just gay.
He just looks
Hey,
like My
just-
Chemical Romance, that's
It's
all.
like, no.
Gay as in happy,
Exactly.
then I'm kinda okay. I'm not that happy. I got shit to do.
I mean,
Eh.
once you reach 20 and 30, Jackal, nobody's happy anymore.
I
Jackal,
stopped being happy
Just
at
so
like
you know,
19.
You can be
Jackal. Jackal.
gay in any mood temperament. Just saying.
Jackal.
You can be
You are
pretty gay
not
in
the whole
any
entire
temperament.
faggy
my friend.
kind of
You
gay.
can be
Because I
gay if
mean
you
by-
want.
Yeah. All you gotta do is look at Sean. He's a fucking defining, perfect example.
Yep.
Ugh.
What have you done to him?
He's
I
just
don't know, but
jealous.
he's got that catfish. He's got that catfish voice going on. That's his
You're
fat
not
girl
saying he's
voice.
got one of those. You're not saying he's got one little piece at home that does the in and out.
Man,
The variable speed controller on it, are you?
golly.
Where you put
Hey,
different
still-
attacks
can we up the tempo, please? Get you back to norm. Shut that tempo.
speed for hummingbird.
Yeah, man. Let's go over here and look at the ice cream. Amen.
He's trying
What
to
have they
get
got
madder.
over here? No, I'm just trying to.
Cherry Jubilee. Strawberry.
We got Fat Boy ice cream. No, that's literally what it's called. Fat Boy ice cream.
Take a picture of it.
Yeah, that's a sandwich. It's a Sammy.
Yep, ice cream Sammy. Yeah, he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
There's some gayness. I just
Hell yeah,
posted
boy.
it. I posted it in the chat.
Hold on,
There's
let me-
gayness.
Let me take a picture of this badass. sandwich
Sorry,
right
I
here.
don't know. Yeah, they're
Man, we
pretty
got
It's
some
a lot of
Klondike
cream, not
bars.
enough cookie.
We got Klondike bars. We got 100 grand ice cream bars. Twix, Snickers,
I know
Dippin'
somebody who'll
Dots.
suck
Yo,
his
you can't
dick
be
for a
saying that,
Klondike
bro.
bar.
You
What?
cannot be saying that.
Saying what?
That word, you can't say that.
Sambo?
What word?
SJ Dub is gonna come at you for calling him that. Don't do that.
Snickers.
He
I
used a
don't know.
hard R when he said it too. Hey, stop saying it with the hard R.
Are you talking about them Eskimo lesbians, the Klondikes?
He's talking about them ice cream
No,
bars.
talk
Yeah,
about
boy.
Snickers.
Them ice cream bars. Hold on, I'm getting a.
Can't say that word.
I'll be right
Snicker.
back. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Snicker.
I'll be right back.
What up, my Snickers? I'm gonna use that now.
A snicker.
What up, my Snicker?
Snickers.
You got the soft A version, and then you got the hard R.
What up, my Snicker?
Snicker.
Please. You gotta touch it just a little bit. Please.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
I don't like to beg. Please.
And you can call them that because they are full of nuts.
What up, my dog? My Snicker.
What it do, buckaroo?
And I love my favorite German cooking show. I love it when the guy goes, my favorite ingredient for cooking is white flour. White flour. I love to cook with white flour. It's a universal cooking food. You can make almost anything mit white flour. Ja, das ist richtig. Meine Löffel ist nichts, aber und ich habe Magenschmerzen. Yummy, yummy.
Hey, yummy.
Phew, it's Holocaust Kitchen. Auschwitz Kitchen. There we go.
Oh,
I'm out
the
of
German
form
TV,
today.
it would be called Der Oven. Willkommen, mein Oven. Today, mein Oven will be cooking mit white flour. And today we'll be making snickerdoodles with white flour. A bit of cinnamon, yeah? Snickerdoodle is gut. Snickerdoodle ist wunderbar, ja? I'm gonna start that in Discord. Everybody is now to be called Snicker.
Sorry, I got a text.
It's that guy. He's got his.
It's from his ass. It's telling him he's got a shit.
He's got another snickerdoodle he must get rid of.
Well, there's a Craigslist ad out in Los Angeles looking for strong, tough
badass men.
Really?
They pay weekly. Yeah, they probably want you to like stand up against the American men and join the Liberal Party because they're gonna riot over there soon.
All those women are not worth fighting for. They got hairy armpits, they're fat, they're unfuckable, they're mean, and they stank.
And they're only
That is
about
called
as good as forced
pheromones.
laborers.
Excuse me. Just because you can't take a real woman's pheromones, you're not a man.
That's right, I'm not.
That's
If that's the definition of it, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if that's the definition, then
like
I'm
natural
not real.
pheromone.
I want a 1970 style woman. I want the bush to come back. Not the big, like a kite size. I'm talking like triangle, landing
The
strip.
landing strip. The landing strip, the number 2 pencil
I was listening
trace.
to a podcast. There
And
was
these modern women who got hair long enough to beat and braid, that shit makes me sick.
Well, that's the goal.
I told you about that one chick, Chaos. She shaved her poon, but she had like really long ass hair that you could literally braid it if you wanted it to. And you said that was for denial purposes, and I believe you.
Did you
Yeah.
see Dingleberries chilling? Were they chilling?
No, it was a chick I brought back from. It's a girl I brought back from a strip club, and she was too fucking drunk. She's in the bathtub rolling around with no water, giggling her ass off. And I had some friends with me, and I was like, hey, why don't you come over here, man? I need a witness taking this chick home. I ain't fucking her. She's drunk. But she's just rolling around in the bathtub, man. I mean, she had a nice body, but that is like 4 inches of ass hair. I didn't even know that was even possible.
Well, you wanted me to send a picture of my ass?
Oh, you're a dude, man. I'm talking about a chick.
Oh, well, some of them, trannies are real. The Transformers are fucking real.
No, this one was naked in the bathtub, rolling around going,
yeah.
Big Angry
The
Phil.
PP snipped and got the
Entered
whole little
the
hoo-ha
chat.
fixed.
Welcome
and
to the stream.
You just saw hair.
Big Angry Phil.
no, she didn't have the kind of
Said,
money to get a perfect
Yo,
vagina.
chaos
I know
in
what
chat.
a clitoris looks like. This one was not.
I don't know. Thailand is the best at it, and they still fucking up.
I've
Shit.
seen
My coworkers are calling Hank then.
I've seen snip jobs. Most of them look they look really bad, man. I remember the
Where
first
the
time
fuck did he go?
You got a
I was at a
call.
I was at a club once, and I see this chick over by the bathroom. She keeps lifting her skirt up. Everybody's bending over looking at her pussy. And I'm like, it drives me nuts. So I walk over there. I'm like, hey guys, I couldn't help but to notice everybody's checking something out. And a dude looked, as a lady, looked like a lady. Like, yeah, I just come back from wherever I got the snip. I'm like, really? Let me see. Lifts up the skirt. It looked like someone grabbed his cock and balls and hit it with garden shears. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Those things, they don't look good. You gotta have like big money, and you gotta spend time over there in recovery and shit. Anyways, I'm not sticking my dick in an open wound. Hey, we got Big Angry Phil. What's up, Phil?
How you doing, Phil?
Now Phil's gonna think I'm a weirdo. He walks into me talking about, fucking trannies showing off new poon in a regular bar. I'm surprised how many of them fuckers walk around bars in this town. But I gotta say, the body and this is why I don't like fake tits. I'd rather be with a chick who's got lopsided titties than a really soft. As long as they're real titties, not fake titties. Because you never know. It could have been a dude. This is why I stopped drinking years ago.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Look, man, I used to drink like everybody else, man, and I just don't want to wake up in the morning and look over and go, "Oh shit, what did I do?"
And you lift the blankets and you go, oh no.
Yeah. I mean, a fat chick, I can live with that one. A near coyote, ugly chick, I could deal with that one. But if it used to be a dude, oh god, no. Oh god, no. No. No, I'd probably be one of those guys who moves up into the mountains and wakes up every day and sits by the stream and whips my back for pain, and then I go read the Bible all day and shit. It's just like watching Jerry Springer back in the 90s when he used to bring all the trannies out. The only thing that made trannies appealing to even look at is they were softer and nicer than the average American woman. You're like, wait a minute. Now that I'm thinking about it, even back in the 90s, women were becoming the men they fucking hated. Oh shit, I just remembered I got some watermelon in the refrigerator. I'll be back.
Of course, the fucking bounty hunter would show up mid-fight.
Well, I'll be heading out. You guys have a good day.
You take it easy, Rexus.
All right, got me some watermelon now.
Now, if you hurry up, you can catch some dip potato chip, too.
You said I missed it? Damn it.
No, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
Some
yeah.
aggressive
Yeah.
teabagging going for it.
Get that shit, boy. Dip, potato chip. Yeah. Yeah. Make that motherfucker regret every decision he ever made in his life.
Now I gotta carry his ass back. And there's another bounty hunter over there. Ha! Loving it.
Got some of that free dip, potato chip mouth carrying around. Hell yeah.
Wow. 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 Reese's frozen fruit banana slices.
Okay.
Frozen strawberry slices. Damn, I didn't even know they sold that.
Got me some beautiful cold watermelon.
You like watermelon?
Hell yeah.
I never developed a taste for it, my man.
Well, I'm not. I never beat anybody up
I think
for their choice of food because
Paul.
we are all different.
Nope, that's Ramadi.
We're all God's children at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of foods I don't like. I don't want to hear no shit from anybody like, oh, I can't believe you don't like it. Well, fuck you, man. I don't like it.
Mm.
I love German food, but I don't like German potato salad because they use vinegar in it. I like mayonnaise.
Look, the only thing that's unacceptable is if you live in the South and you don't like sweet tea or fried chicken or cornbread or tomato sandwiches with a little bit of mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. We're all on the same page.
Oh, I love everything you just described. I'll eat that all day.
All right, we're good then.
But
Because
if you
I
put
gotta rail on people that don't like fried chicken. I'm sorry.
But if you bring okra around me, that's it. We're done.
Daddy, I
You
grew,
don't like fried okra.
I grew up in the heartland of America, Oklahoma, and I absolutely detest okra. And people that are from where I'm from think there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
What?
It's a smell, taste, and texture thing for me.
Yeah.
It's fried. It's fried.
First of all, if you've ever picked okra, it's hairy, so it feels weird. And then when you cook it, it's fucking slimy. And they're like, "Oh, you can fry it." I was like, you know, you can bread it and fry it. That still doesn't take away from the fact that it's okra, and I don't want to eat it.
You can
Who are
bread
these
fry
people
it
that I'm
awkward,
talking to right now?
make it better.
Who are these people that I'm talking to right now? I don't even know y'all anymore. I don't even know y'all anymore, man.
Have you ever
Collard
seen
greens,
okra
fuck
before?
that. I can't stand collard greens. Any kind of vegetable that takes 3 days to soften up with fat, something wrong with that shit.
I can't believe I'm having to look at my phone sideways.
Yeah,
like
I'm not
I've
a
never
fan
seen
of
it before.
broccoli, cauliflower, okra, asparagus.
Ooh,
I mean, I'll eat carrots, green beans.
I'm having to look at my phone sideways
Corn,
like a
even
cat in
though,
a
well,
new game.
technically corn's not really a vegetable.
I can't
Sorry,
believe what
outlaw.
I'm hearing right now.
Too bad, man.
I'm having to look at my phone sideways like a cat at a new gate. What the hell's going on here? Who are these people I'm talking to?
There's nobody else in the world, especially in the finest restaurants of Europe, where somebody goes, "Yes, I would like grey poupon and okra." No, nobody likes fucking okra, man. Just certain people.
Well, as long as y'all aren't
No,
putting beans on
if I have
toast
to
and
order
every fucking
okra
thing
and
else.
somebody else wants it, yeah, hey man, you can have my okra.
Look,
Help yourself.
as long as y'all aren't out here putting beans on toast and dumb shit like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna make a federal case about it and pitch a fit. Like, no,
Beans on
somebody else wants to eat it. Apply it yourself.
Beans on toast is that's if you're up north in a very cold environment and it's cheap. That's why they do it.
What'd you say? Beans on toast?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like English stuff, British stuff. Who the fuck
yeah.
does
Is that, like,
dumb shit?
is that like some kind of northeastern thing?
We got to put beans on the toast, we do.
I put
come on,
peanut
English.
butter on toast. I put jelly on toast.
Oh,
I sometimes
No, that's
put
okay.
butter
That's
on
pretty good.
toast.
hey,
That's
Ash,
pretty
you
good.
sound like you're dying. What the hell is the matter with you?
Allergies. I spent all day Saturday afternoon just. And then smoking
Beans on
doesn't
toast.
help.
It's
This
cheap.
man needs intervention.
It's cheap and it's working class food. It's got, it's just one of the survival foods England just kind of
This
carried
man
on.
needs
It's
intervention.
actually really not that bad.
Bye, you unworthy heads. We're about to pray for him.
Well, I mean, that's probably no different than Batty. I mean, Chaos, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about when I'm about to say this. Beans and cornbread.
Beans and cornbread.
Red beans and rice with cornbread.
Red
No,
beans and
just
rice.
beans and cornbread.
Red beans and rice. Amen.
Yes, with cornbread.
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah. I can see it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm laying
But
at you.
British people probably don't know what the fuck cornbread is.
Hell no.
Who knows?
You know what? I don't remember any cornbread when I was over in England. No, they don't grow a lot of corn. They don't grow corn over there, as far as I
Nope.
know.
I saw this video. It was a I don't know, a group of like 3 or 4 British kids. They were reacting to biscuits and gravy.
Oh my god.
And none of them knew what the hell it was.
None of them knew
You know,
what it was.
I mean, that's
poor people.
Oh, dude,
It's self-explanatory. Biscuits and gravy, man.
Sunday.
It's
I'll
self-explanatory.
fight somebody over biscuits and gravy.
I will too.
You got to remember, in England, they call cookies are called biscuits. In England.
Cookies are biscuits, yeah.
Probably
I
fucked them
like
up.
biscuits. Can I have a sweet biscuit?
Tell an English person, I'm going to give you some shit on a shingle. It is tasty. They're going to give me what?
I've heard of that. I've actually heard of that before.
Yeah,
I'm
shit
not
on the
that
shingle.
big.
Shit beef on toast with
Yeah,
some kind of gravy or sauce, depending on how runny it is.
Comes from. That's where that term shit on the shingle comes from.
Riggs Jr. said,
I'm not a big fan
Outlaw
of shit
loves
on the
Rocky
shingle. I remember
Mountain
guys,
oysters with
when I was
Neapolitan
in the
ice
military,
cream for
man, in
desert.
the morning, you can see their eyes roll back in their head like, oh, this is so good.
What is that technically?
Well,
it's a
I mean,
cream sauce.
it's not necessarily. Yeah.
It's chopped
What
up
is it, like,
ham or bits of beef in it. It's creamed beef is what it is. And you put it on a biscuit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that shit on a shingle. Biscuits and gravy. It's creamed beef.
No, biscuits and gravy. I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Biscuits and gravy, if served properly, is not shit on a shingle. Shit on a shingle is like toasted bread with chopped up meat or chipped beef and some kind of runny ass sauce. Or again, and I'm going way out on the limb here. If you want to call it gravy, depending on what your definition of gravy is, possibly.
Yeah, there's a lot of variants for this kind of dish we're talking about.
Oh. Would you turn the fuck around and walk in there? What are you doing?
I mean, it sounds like it'd be pretty good.
It is.
Oh, he's dipping in the water. Yeah, dip them balls in the water.
Dip, potato chip.
Figure I can clean them after.
Now, I will say one
Riggs
thing I do like about
Jr.
the English breakfast is
said,
they have
Outlaw loves his
fried
white
tomato
sauce straight from
and
the source.
fried mushrooms. That's pretty good.
Fried mushrooms.
But the black pudding, I'm not a fan of the black pudding.
Black pudding?
Sounds gross.
It's meat. It's like a sausage, but it's not.
Is that like blood pudding?
Like a blood sausage, yeah.
No. That's something completely different. That's fucking Scottish weird shit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't.
No, the British breakfast is for the working man. It's meant to be. It's really cheap food, but it's it gives you a lot of carbohydrates and protein, especially carbohydrates, because it's cold up there. And if you got to work all day, you got to have calories. So that especially the beans on toast. It's just very cheap food for the average, the working man.
You like eating sheep shit on a shingle? That stuff is delicious, it is.
Ooh.
I mean, the British people eat just as good as we do. Well, their food's better, we know that, but they eat the same stuff we do.
Where is the door?
But most of their food, I never had a problem with it on the economy.
I want a sweet biscuit. I'll put some bacon on me sweet biscuit.
I never got the opportunity to go over there, so I've only heard
stuff
about
they
that
eat.
food. I've never
That's pretty
personally
good.
experienced it.
You're not missing much. I mean, the fish and chips, man. I tell you what, if you like fish and chips, man, That used to be the place to go, but now they again, this is back in the 80s when everybody cooked with animal fat. So back then, everything tasted way better. But nowadays, they use vegetable oils like we do. So
They use trans oils.
Yeah, well, I mean, granted it was in the States, but I mean, I've been to like Irish pubs or British pubs over here, or, you know, as close as they could try to make it to that, you know, and I've had fish and chips, you know, served on, you know, newspaper.
Oh, nice.
You know, with tartar sauce or,
wait,
what is that?
Vinegar,
yeah.
Like vinegar.
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
Why would they serve that on newspaper? What the fuck?
We're about to get some teabag time.
It's cheap. Oh, cheap. England is a place where if you got more regulations, more taxes. You got to make everything. Oh, there we go. Chaos. Yeah, Batman's dipping. Dip. Yeah,
Wait,
keep that shit away.
Wait, do they not have dishes over there? Some of them? Or am I missing something?
Actually, they have nicer dishes than we do. Again, because it's a cold country, they'll put their dishes in the oven, so when they serve the food stays warmer longer. But you're talking about fast. When we're talking fast food, newspaper years ago was over there. Their ink was different. I wouldn't trust that shit today. But no, they use regular wax paper like we do now.
And they just sit all the food on top of that, and no plate.
It depends where you go. I mean, if you go to a proper restaurant, yeah, you get a nice plate and silverware. But if you're at a food trailer, you know, just sitting in the street, I'll give you a good example. When the pubs closed, they all closed at 11 o'clock when I was over there. And it'd either be chinky or fish and chip or kebab. So you get Chinese food, and it's just all takeaway. It's just, you know, there's no place to sit down, so it's all, you know, easy to eat.
Okay. Yeah.
But they got some really nice restaurants over there, man. It's you feel, you know, I mean, back then I used to dress nicer. I never felt out of place. I mean, the way I dress now, I'd feel like a fucking bum. But,
I mean, I get it. It's two different cultures. You know, there's different customs and whatnot, but
Riggs Jr.
I ain't never heard of putting food on a newspaper.
Bada loves RO eat his mayo right
well,
out
you're talking
of
like
BEA
in
Arthur
London.
S.
It's like going to
Grey
New York
Mountain
City. You know, you get a slice of pizza, you get a little piece of wax paper. You know, it's quick, easy, and cheap.
Yeah.
Go to London, you know, everybody's walking around. Not everybody's stopping at a restaurant in London. It's just too expensive for most people. And you just want some street food. That's what fish and chips in England was. It's all different. It's different now. I mean, that was like 40 years ago when I was there. It's a long fucking time ago.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Riggs would be the guy to talk to, man.
Yeah.
He's up to date. He's up to date on that.
Oh well, I'm never gonna make my way over there across the pond, so.
I'm not going back to England. I mean, I guarantee you, I got 4 or 5 couches I can go sleep on immediately, or a bed. But with all those fucking invaders and all the stupid laws, and me being the outspoken American I am, I would say something stupid because I'm so used to free speech.
Yeah.
I don't want to take a chance to go into their fucking jail. In their jails, they serve you like these tiny little meals and
just enough to get through the day.
Yeah, enough for you not to suffer malnutrition. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think America's brutal on you, yeah, go to British jail. They'll pull you out of the jail cell and beat you up because they're bored.
Oh, dude, what the hell?
Riggs Jr. said, I know some elderly cheeks
Did I
you
just
could
drop
slap
out, or was
bad
that
as she S75.
Ramadi.
That's Ramadi.
Yeah.
At the Ramadi. Bum, 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 bum. Fuck's Rick saying now? I know some elderly cheeks you can clap, Betty. 75 plus. Bring them on, man. I'll pound that old British poon.
He also says you like to eat mayo right out of B. Arthur's Grey Mound hair.
Oh fuck yeah, man! I'll eat
Oh
anything
my
out of
God, man. He's who is that? Riggs right now?
it. Yeah. The Arthur can do no wrong. She can sit on my
better
face
not.
and I'll eat her pussy. She can take a shit on my chest. I won't care.
You better not be talking about my queen. My queen. Be Arthur McQueen.
That's me, bird, mate.
Riggs Jr.
You know,
Yeah, I'm in.
said.
I'm in
LOL
Publix
it was
right
the
now. That
previous
fish and
customer's
chips sounds
mayo.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Have to go
if
over
Ram-
and see what they're cooking.
Yeah, if Ramani had fish and chips in any Irish pub or English type thing in America, it's the same thing. So he had a good shit, man.
Yeah.
It's cod. It's usually cod, which is preferable. But Americans, what do we like? We like catfish, so.
Fuck yeah.
Catfish
Oh
and a,
hell yeah.
and a fish fry.
Catfish.
I love
Yeah,
this
yeah.
catfish.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. We used to have fish fries here, like twice a year in the town I live in, and they just kind of disappeared. But man, I tell you what, when they had the fish fry sign up, you know, we drive by that thing, we go pick up a plate for the whole family. Yeah, dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta stay limber, man. You gotta be ready for that. You never know when you're gonna have to dip.
Dip.
Yeah, push that bitch out of the way.
Yeah, chaos. Yeah. Push that bitch out of the way. Where's Kitten at?
Work.
But as far as dinner goes, over in England when I was there,
Yeah.
like I said, they got nicer plates because you know it's a subarctic country, cold most of the time, and they got plates that are good. I mean, I remember this one guy, he sent his wife back home, so me and him went to the pub. We picked up a couple girls, and we already knew them for a while. Anyway, they were staying with us for the weekend, if you know what I mean, and they cooked for us. European girl, I mean, these girls actually they cleaned up the flat and they cooked us
Riggs
food.
Jr.
And so
said,
one of us went and got
Pidget time,
Cornish
LOL.
hens. And these women, oh my God, man, they weren't even 23 years old. They knew how to cook a Cornish hen and all the vegetables. And they served it on a hot plate. It was fucking gorgeous, man. This is why a lot of Americans, when they go overseas, they see these. Even today, you can still find these women who know how to make That woman I was talking to, I know she would have been a good cook, but she's so worried about, you know, women coming at me because I'm re-entering entertainment, blah, blah. You know, her fear of losing me is what lost me because she wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. Anyways, you can still find women who know how to cook over there.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, and the food, I got invited over to people's houses for Christmas and Thanksgiving and other holidays. And it was just good food, man. Those people know how to cook, man. I'll just say they eat a little fancier than most Americans do. Americans, we just pile shit on, you know, we just pile everything on like it's a king's banquet. They give it a little bit more thought over there. You know, it's like, oh, here's the protein, here's the carbohydrates. You know, make sure you got, you know, this and that. And a gravy. Oh my God, you feel like gravy on your meat and potatoes? Oh man. Oh, they make some good gravy. Oh, good gravy. This good gravy.
What do they do? What do they do differently that we don't with it?
They do what we used to do. They use the fat from the frying pan. Throw some white flour in it, and you know some sautéed onions and you know whatever else, man. And just God damn it, yeah, dip, yeah.
Dip.
Yeah, warm that shit up, boy. Yeah. Don't let them balls get soft, man. But the only complaint I got about England is you can't get any all the frozen peas are bird's eye and they're all frozen. It's not a bad thing actually. It's actually a good thing but they don't have any other options for green peas. But they got all the other stuff like if you like asparagus and whatnot, you just got to pay extra.
Yeah.
Now English man, they eat good over there. And I used to hang out with fucking communist hippies who ate pretty good.
Well, yeah, they do. I mean, Marx ate better than his family.
They structure their meals better than we do because they have to go shopping more often because they have those small little refrigerators over there. They don't have big refrigerators like we do.
Yeah.
And they don't sit around eating Snickers and Doritos all fucking. I mean, they're getting that way now, but I don't remember anybody snacking on fucking thing when I was over there. I was like, which is good.
Well, well, how much of our culture has been pushed over there? You
Like
know,
I said,
McDonald's and whatnot.
Oh, they had McDonald's when I was there, but it's not like people had to have it.
Well, it's made differently over there, right?
No, McDonald's in England is pretty much one for one American. There's no real, except for the Coca-Cola, they got a different formula.
Well, I know that they're.
I ate McDonald's when I was over there. Like, I think the whole time I was over there, I had McDonald's twice because I just preferred food at home better or in a chow hall.
Because I've heard people say that the ingredients in the fast food are different than over here.
Most countries do have different recipes, but as far as I know, England McDonald's is no different than ours. Now France is going to be a little different. Germany is going to be different. Japan is going to be shit you've never seen or even heard of in their fucking burgers. But like I said, man, ask Riggs. He was just there not too long ago. I mean,
yeah, he went over there for vacation.
Yeah, and he's going to eat every day. It's not like he's going to starve himself to have a better time. He's going to eat and drink, get drunk. And he sees what everybody else is eating. I mean, I'm sure he does what me and you would do if we went over there. Look, observe.
Yeah.
But like I said back then, I only ate once a day. When I was in the military. I mean, I think I didn't eat breakfast. I get up and go to work because it's not the army. We didn't do PT. We just went to work. I get off work. I go to the chow hall. I'd pig out. Then I'd go down to the pub and get drunk. I look at women in those tight ass jeans. Oh man, those are the days. Women had the skin tight fucking jeans on. Everybody was so thin, flat tummies. Oh goddamn it! I miss that. Even the older women look good over there, man. They're all in such great shape. Your food isn't fucked up like ours. But they are bringing a lot of American products over there. That one woman I was talking to, she said Oreo and Nabisco are really making a big push to bring stuff over to England. So they're all going to get fat. What?
Once they do, that's going to be it.
But the other thing is they got rid of all the sugared sodas. That woman told me, she said, you can't find any Coca-Cola or any soda with sugar in it. It's all diet now. And I'm like, what fucking fun is that?
Are you serious? Golly.
It's there. It just really, he just said it's hard to find. Diet soda's not going to, well, I mean,
got aspartame in it.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, the chemicals in there make you feel like you're satisfied, but you're not. But anyways, other than that issue, it is one way of keeping, empty calories out of your body.
It is true.
Yeah. And again, back in the 80s, everybody was more comfortable with drinking water throughout the day and not having 2 liters of soda by their side all day. Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, you get some retard in the barracks who will go out and buy a big bag of Doritos, a jar of dipping cheese and a fucking thing of beans and just to them and in a 2 liter, that's dinner for them. So it's not like it didn't happen.
Oh, I bet they paid for it though.
Well, you know, when you're young and you're in good shape, you can do it once in a while. I mean, but I just remember, you know, I just don't remember snacking a lot when I was over there. And you know, if I went to the gym, you know, all the PT I did was, you know, on the honor system, which pisses a lot of people off.
Yeah.
So you know, I'd go to the gym for like 3 or 4 months, and I'd probably stop for 2 or 3 months, and I go back to the gym. But I just remember going to the gym at least twice a week. I'd play. God damn it! What's that game you play with the paddle, and you can play it by yourself or two people, and you just hit the ball up against the wall.
Oh, racquetball? Is that it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, wall ball, racquetball.
Yeah, that blue ball.
Oh, yeah.
I just remember playing that a lot.
Squash.
Yeah, that was I was when I was sexually frustrated and I couldn't find a woman or just had a lot of energy. I'd just go play that or whatever else in the gym or just lift weights. I mean, it was a great place for a young man when you got no women around to, you know, bug the fuck out of you. Just work out all the time, man. Go for a run whenever you want. Because I didn't eat candy and shit, so I mean.
I don't really eat candy now. I mean, if I do, it's either a couple of Reese cups or worms, but I don't eat that all the time.
Yeah,
soda is my big hang up.
I do remember, you know, having a few snacks at home, or we saw gummy bears come out over there before they come to America. So we would buy a bag of gummy bears and eat that shit all night.
Yeah, I like gummy bears too.
Yeah, but we didn't keep a lot of candy in the house because we ate, you know, sensible meals.
That's made out of bugs.
No, it's just sugar, man.
Gummy is made out of something in the bugs.
It's made out of cartilage.
You're talking about? Oh, you're
cartilage,
talking about?
Yeah. Bone cartilage, and I think part of bugs and stuff.
Bone marrow.
The coloring, some of the red dye number 4, that usually comes from a beetle, I think.
It is crushed beetles. That's where a lot of your coloring comes from. Is crushed insect.
Yeah.
That's where your reds and your blues and greens and it's where your paint's made out of. Is a lot of crushed bugs.
Paint, I don't care about. Food, yeah, I do care. Again, that's picky about what I eat.
They crush up bugs in your peanut butter too. That's what them black specks are.
There's a book that came out back in during the Depression era. They called Urban Jungle or some shit like that. And they're talking about because of mass production of food, there's going to be a certain amount of bugs and whatnot falling into the food, and they can't stop it.
Yeah.
Because you got a big open air building. You can have fans and all kinds of measures, but you can't stop all the bugs from falling into the food.
Canada is selling cricket snacks, bug snacks in Canada.
We got that shit down here. They sell it in. When I was ziplining in Louisville, Kentucky, they had a whole section full of like nacho flavored grasshoppers or ranch flavored mealworms, and I thought about eating it because they're all freeze dried. I'm like, wait, these are still fucking bugs. Fuck that. What the fuck? I want to eat the bugs.
Chocolate ants. I've heard of that. Yeah, it's normal. And of course, if you think about it, shellfish and a lot of stuff out of the ocean is bugs, water bugs and stuff.
Well, the biggest concern I have is parasites. This is why I don't eat any sushi with raw fish in it, because there are parasites in it. You know, I eat this stuff that turns into tapeworms and whatnot. I don't care if it's frozen or not. I mean, it's not really going to kill them all. And even like you just said, you're gonna have bugs in peanut butter. There's bugs in everything. This is why they tell you never eat cake. When you're making a cake with flour, they always say never eat the raw dough, even when it's got flavoring in it, because you got parasites and shit in there. That's why you got to bake it.
Yeah. Right.
And this is why, you know, I know everybody's gonna laugh at me again. This is why I take a dose of ivermectin a month. Cause all this shit, I mean, hell, man, I put my sweet tea on my counter in front of me while I'm watching the computer. There might be a little bug or something fly around and land in my sweet tea. I might drink it. Hell, when I'm sleeping, I have no idea how many insects I'm inhaling.
Well, they say that, was it on average a year, you swallow 8 spiders?
3 to 8 spiders, yeah.
Yeah. Plus
And
a
again,
fly. I think you eat flies like one or two a month, something like that.
well, I know when I'm working outside a lot, I do expose myself a lot more to everything because bugs are getting on me. I don't know if they're biting me. I don't know who burrowed under my skin. I don't know how many I fucking inhaled. You know, you watch Big Bang Theory with Sheldon. He makes a really good point about indoors. Somebody said something about, Sheldon, you should try the great indoors. He goes, well, if it's so great, then why did we spend the last 10,000 years perfecting indoors? He's got a point. Or whoever wrote that script has a point. But I've noticed whenever I stay out of, you know, when I stay inside more often, I do feel a lot better. You know, I don't need as much maintenance, but you know, you got to go outside though. You got to get fresh air, but there's bugs and all kinds of shit everywhere, man. So.
Oh yeah.
The parasite thing. It gets me. That's my fear.
That's how they're going to implement people over here eating bugs and stuff, which we're technically already are.
Gravedigger. Entered
Because they're going to try to change up the diets on people and get you to eat more bugs and stuff.
Said, afternoon, everyone.
They kind of backed off. They were actually introducing bugs into, you know, they were grinding that shit up into our food. We caught on to it, and they backed off it because a lot of people were making a lot of noise over it, going, "Hey, stop it!"
Well,
anybody say hi to Gravedigger?
I just did.
Okay.
Well, number one, and I'm a firm believer in this, it's never been natural for you to have your food outsourced to you. I think we were always meant to grow our own food.
Bata Commander.
Yeah, even when you grow
Learn
your
how
own
to
food.
can it.
Gravedigger
Yeah, I think that's how we were meant to be. That's why we farmed for millennia until they changed it up. Why people stay a lot healthier back in the old days, as far as recently.
Well, you can still stay healthy today if they would stop putting chemicals in our food and stop putting all those extra hormones in all our food.
They stopped spitting into our food.
You can't have a modern civilization without processed food because how are you going to get? I mean, I'll take New York City. At nighttime, there's 7 million people that live there, and when the sun comes up, it doubles and triples because of all the tourists and people going to work. You can't feed these people with gardens. You got to process that food to a point. I mean, I know what you're saying out loud.
That's just a sign that we weren't meant to live in giant cities like that. We were meant to live in smaller communities that could sustain themselves using natural resources.
Oh, sure. Now, I believe meat, like if I eat a steak, I want it medium rare. I want some pink on the inside.
Yeah, if there isn't a little bit of pink on the inside, you ain't doing it right.
Well, I believe there's something about eating the meat as close as you can. I don't want it raw, but you know, you are what you eat. There is something to that. There's a lot to
rare,
that.
baby.
So, if you cook that meat too much, you cook up whatever all the good shit, you know, enzymes and whatnot. You know, you cook all that shit out, the amino acids and stuff.
Yeah.
It's why I remember it was like 20 years ago. Ran into some old dudes. You know, they're all actually my age or older. And these guys wanted fucking bloody red inside of the hamburger. They believed that raw meat is what kept them strong. You want to bring it up to temperature, kill.
You want to cook it just enough to cook the parasites out of it.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, look at that Kennedy guy. Had a parasite in his fucking brain from, eating too much sushi. Fuck that shit, man.
What I'm saying.
Even vegetables. I mean, fresh vegetables. They used to irradiate this shit. They used to put all of our food under an X-ray machine to kill all the bugs and parasites and whatnot. Especially them bananas. I get bananas from Walmart. All that shit comes from Central America. Every once in a while, when I let that banana sit there too long, fruit flies will come up out of nowhere because they're all carrying fucking parasites, man. Even though it's in the skin, it's still got bugs in it.
Botrex
So,
said, enjoying the
That's
show,
why I'm
make
a
sure
big
to
believer
click
in
that like
ivermectin.
button and subscribe to show your support.
Yeah, I am too. And my brother, thank God, he had sense enough to take that instead of what he was being prescribed by the hospital with COVID-19
Remember
and
you
got a
talking
lot
about
better.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I give that stuff to my mother. It's not improving her condition any, but I believe it does a lot. I mean, ivermectin does more than deworm. Anyways.
Well, you're supposed to be taking a healthy dose of vitamin, was it B, D, C with that,
It would help.
I think? And then you take ivermectin with that? That's how I understood it.
I wouldn't take it with the ivermectin. You really want to take ivermectin on a empty stomach.
By itself.
Yeah, you want that thing to work all by its onesies for about a couple hours. Then eat you some food.
Yeah.
The thing about vitamins and minerals, this is where a lot of people screw it up. There's some vitamins that counteract some of the minerals, and there's some vitamins that counteract other vitamins. If you don't take them in the right interval, but you don't really need a lot of this stuff unless you're training for something, or unless you're really working hard. Lumberjack, steel hanger, heavy construction.
A wild. Yohari
If
Talib
you're just like
entered the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Like during the wintertime, there's no work
Yohari
for me.
Talib said,
And, I was able to,
just off
I
my
could take the winter
PC,
off,
play
and it's
AC
like,
Odyssey an hour ago.
I really
food.
don't need to eat a lot of food because I'm not burning any calories. I'm not working out. I'm not doing shit. Why? I'm not going to eat a big meal every night. That's stupid. But lately, I've been working, and when I'm working, I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat brats or Italian sausage with a nice, bread bun with some sautéed onions or something. Anyways, I need the fat. The fat is energy. Not, sugar is not good for you.
And welcome to the stream, Noari Talib. Hope you're doing well. Oops.
Well, sugar is in everything just about that we eat and drink. And enough of it's a neurotoxin to the brain.
Oh yeah.
Which is why you're not supposed to be eating but a very small amount of sugar.
Right.
You're not even really supposed to have sugar in your food.
If you look back at America in the 60s and 70s, they used to serve Coca-Cola in little
Yohari
8-ounce
Talib
bottles. It's
said,
supposed to be a treat.
good night, it's 3 a.m. in morning here.
Now,
Yeah, have yourself a good night. Thanks for swinging by.
Now you get 20-ounce colas and bigger. It just, like you said, it's a neurotoxin.
Well, it's addiction. It's proven to be like a drug. Addictive.
That was, about 6 years ago. When I was still doing construction with that guy, I made a conscious decision to cut the sugar out because the guy I was working for, he was always about drinking Cokes and, candy and shit. And I'm like, I can't do this because I felt, You get like an hour out of it, and it burns out of your body real bad. I started playing with animal fats again, and I noticed my stamina and my endurance. Man, I mean, I was still sucking wind, but I can work harder, longer with animal fat. And I was like, it took me like over 2 weeks to burn the sugars out of my body and the craving for it. And man, this is why I feel like a Superman when I work with 20-year-old men. 20-year-old men don't eat good, nutritious food. They eat shit. That's why they can't compete with me on a job site. I'm not saying young men of America can't work. They're just not conditioned to work anymore. I am.
Yeah.
But I don't have the time or the tolerance to convince a young man to eat better food and stay away from sugar and other stupid shit. I don't give a fuck. Why should I? They waste my time, so fuck them.
I don't care about how much the better food costs. I still buy the better food because I can tell the difference when I go to work and I actually have a healthy, whole breakfast instead of just something like a bowl of cereal. I can tell the difference. I can lift a whole lot more and feel a steady stream of energy. You know, I've got higher stamina than if I just ate some bullshit.
I'm going to add on to what you just said, Jackal. I too would rather buy a higher price quality food. And here's the funny thing. I end up eating less food pound for pound because my body's getting what it actually needs. So I'm not really spending extra money. I just hate the idea of getting
It's
that
like
13. You know, I hate buying $13 steak, but I can turn that 13. I cut it in thirds, so I got a meal for 3 days, and I'm eating way less food than before because my body's not craving something.
Yeah, wholesome food is more filling and more satisfying to the body's needs than a higher quantity of bullshit. So you're getting quality, which takes less to satisfy the body's requirements, versus you have to shove a whole bunch of crap down your gullet and you still aren't meeting your requirements. You still feel like crap throughout the day.
Right. This is why fat people are fat. They eat food so devoid of nutrients. They don't realize they're shoving all that food in their face because it tastes good. But their body is screaming, trying to search for nutrition. And that's why they don't stop eating. You go to buffet. I joke about Golden Corral because there's always so many fat people there. They'd rather shove their face full of food thinking, oh yeah, I'm really getting my belly. Yeah, you're filling your belly up, but all you're doing is making a big turd.
Yep, that's all you're doing is just going to be producing more and more shit.
Yeah, and
so much shit that you could actually clog an industrial grade toilet.
A good breakfast that your body can tolerate it. Eggs and cheese in the morning. If you don't want to do bacon. Bacon is goddamn expensive. But
I still get the bacon. I don't care.
Yeah, the egg is already a protein, so I mean, egg and cheese. Cheese is the extra fat my body loves.
It's a carb, and your body can use carbs.
Oh, it's a lot of proteins made from milk.
Yeah.
And okay, back in the early 2000s, one of the last women I lived with, I was going to marry her. Now she's telling me, because I used to eat a lot of meat and cheese, and I was going to the gym. I can curl 100-pound dumbbells at that time. Not a lot. Like I could do 3 or 4. And
with one arm?
Yeah. Anyways, so I know how to make my body strong, and I know what I need. And she's always trying to tell me about all the, I need to eat this and eat that. And I found out she wasn't regular. She couldn't shit every day. She said, you need to eat more vegetables. I'm like, I don't want vegetables. Vegetables, Anyways, I said, anyways, my point is, don't ever take advice from somebody who can't even shit every day. I eat meat and cheese, and if I'm really active and I'm going to the gym a lot, I'll shit twice a day because my body is, processing this food very quickly and efficiently. And I'm sitting there watching this dumb-ass woman sitting there eating her carrots and lettuce, and she can't shit for 3 or 4 days. Fucking ridiculous, man.
See, that's why Nikki was blowing up my floors so damn much. It's because of her extremely high-protein fucking diet.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Every once in a while, I do get like, I get hungry, and I'll eat, way more than I should. Like last night, what did I eat? I ate a bunch of, it's like ravioli, but not the canned shit. It's the good shit. And I ate a really big bowl of it, and I'm surprised I even watched all of Hammerhand, and then, I was trying to get a hold of me. I was like, fuck, man. I just felt myself. I'm like, shit, I gotta go lay down. But I feel really good today. Actually, it paid off today because I got up super early and got some really heavy lifting done for the day. So I'm like, yay. But like you said, Jackal, most of us men, we know what we need, what our body needs, what we want to eat to make us perform really good. Women just listen to all these other idiots and they can't do shit. Most of them can't do shit.
Well, they think because they have a degree, they're an expert in the field they do.
No, they think they know what's good for us, but okay,
Right.
what may be for a woman may not be good for us, because we have two different
Hear me now?
needs here. We're more physical. We need material to fuel the heavy shit that we have to move, because we live in a world where things don't move on their own. Men have to get their hands on it and move it, make it move, otherwise nothing gets done. So,
right.
And moving, like the simple action of lifting something off the ground, isn't cheap. It takes energy to move that. So, men need more carbs and more protein for energy and, well, of course, the amino acids, and we just need fuel to build more muscle, too, because we're gonna have to lift yet more shit. Women, they probably need something else.
Women have sit-down jobs by large. That's why they don't.
So they don't need as
Right.
much.
Outlaw, you good?
When I was talking about when I used to be able to curl 100 pounds in a dumbbell with just one arm, this is a long time ago. This is when I was a volunteer fireman, and I was doing something else that required great physical strength. So I trained like I needed it, and it drove this woman crazy because she couldn't understand. I was growing. I was getting more muscular and bigger, and because of her diet, she couldn't change. And I kept telling her, I said, "Look, you do this to your body, it'll react like this, and if you eat like this, it'll enhance it or take it away." Like I was talking about, certain times of the year, if I'm not working hard, I reduce my meals. But lately,
Yeah, I
I've
don't
been
eat much.
working.
I've only eaten
Now I'm
once
eating more
today.
animal fat, like sausages, like brats and shit. I'll eat the hell out of brats. I'll work all fucking day on a brat. I mean, I get tired of it, but that fat is what, man, I love that shit. Like today, I picked
We
up.
saved our the grease from whenever we cooked bacon. We
Right.
saved the fat, let it congeal in that bowl, that pig fat oil that burns off of it, and instead of using that spray oil in a can to fry
Vegetable oil,
eggs,
yeah.
I'd literally just take a spoon, scoop a glob of that out, throw it in the skillet, and then I fry my egg in that.
Oh yeah, I cook mine in butter because it's animal fat.
Yeah, butter or stuff that's come off of meat that you cook, primarily like pig fat. Pig fat's really flavorful.
I don't have a lot of pig fat laying around, but I do have butter, so that's my go-to
Booter.
right now.
Yeah, booter.
Booter. I love me some
Booter.
booter. Paula Dean, man. Booter.
Yeah, no. As long as you don't like booty too much, you'll be fine.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to switch around my phone and to my other account and all this shit, and it was fucked up. So
That's all right, man.
that was me,
We're
guys. That was my.
We know
was
that you
me.
were backstage cranking it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll probably be here in a few minutes. No, I'm just kidding.
But you're right, Jackal. Okay. I've said this on Outlaw Show about women's narcissism. They think that we are like them, and we know we're not like them, but they expect us to be like them. That's
Well,
why they try to. That's why they try to talk us out of eating certain foods and going to the gym like we do. Because what do most men want to be? We want to be good-looking specimens of a man. Women, they want to find a man, they want to fuck him. Okay, this is the problem I've had with every girlfriend. When I go to when I break up with a woman, I do like everybody else does. I go to the gym extra to get my body in really good shape so I can be more appealing to women. Find a woman, and about a month later, she sees that all the other women are still looking at me. She's like, you shouldn't have to go to the gym all the time. I'm like, fuck off. If I don't go to the gym, I can start getting weak. Once I start getting weak, it takes me 3 times longer to get back in shape than it did to fall out of it. I know she's up. After a couple girlfriends who say shit like that, you catch on. You're like, fuck off.
And just tell her, if you feel self-conscious, then you should start hitting that squat rack more and make your ass bigger than the rest of the girls then.
No, it was never about them feeling body image. It's just because I was still in really good shape. And whenever we're going hanging out at like coffee place or a restaurant, women are better at seeing, the other women checking me out. Because I'm just paying attention to my girlfriend. She sees everything. Women do that. They see everything. They see that other women go. And especially if you're in social situations where you got other friends and network associates. The women, they catch on to other women, they know when a woman's, undressing your man. Because when I have those 2 TV shows on cable access, that one girl I was dating, she's like, she said, those women they want your nuts. I'm like, yeah, and they can't have them. I'm with you. It still wasn't good enough for her. She was so afraid I was going to give in to it because that's what most men do.
They project their lack of self-esteem and self-confidence on their man, which is usually them sabotaging their own chances. You got him. What they don't understand is, well, as you said before, they think that we are just as low in self-esteem and as weak as they are. So they don't understand that as men, we've got a little bit of an honor code. We've got a woman. We don't need to go look for another one. So if you got one and you got her locked down, we're good. Don't worry about it. But they can't comprehend that. They still think, oh no, he's gonna be just as susceptible as me. No, bitch. We've got more honor than you do. We've got that spot filled. That role of girlfriend, you fill it right now. So we're not accepting any other applications. Chill out. You're good. Just don't fuck up and you will maintain that position. So stop freaking out.
Jackal, I liked the way you added men have the honor code, but you're right, because when I got a woman I really like, I'll tell her, you don't want to get too mushy on them because it makes them sick. But when I get a woman I like, I don't want anybody else. I just want her.
That's how God made us. He made us to work in pairs, not, okay, a whole bunch fucking each other. No. Just twos, groups of twos. That's what we're made for.
And going to an orgy every night is exhausting. I've never been to one, but I would imagine that just having sex regularly can be exhausting. I mean, satisfying, but I couldn't imagine going on.
When she makes you do everything.
Well, once in a while you'll find a woman who can. It depends how you. All right, when you start your journey together, it depends on who's got the bigger skill set and who conditions who to do what. Here's the golden rule of thumb for dating. If I'm the better looking man dating a woman that's below, my standard, you can do more work. If I'm dating a woman where I feel like, holy shit, man, she's way out of my league, I'm going to do everything to try and get her to come back. I mean, am I wrong?
I don't date, so I don't know.
In general, whoever's the better looking and the better shape, they're the ones who get to starfish. So there's been a lot of times where if I know a woman wanted me way more than I wanted her, I'd made her do all the work. But if she's one of those women who is, hi, oh my God, that's just gorgeous. Yeah, I want to do it all, man. I don't want to miss nothing. Can't wait to see chaos. Dip, potato chip, this fucking gigantic fucking one-eyed ape.
Dude. It's gonna come.
You can dip one of his nostrils, man. Still have room to spare. Yeah, women just make it so. Yeah, you're right, man. The whole narcissistic. Now, if you know how to stay ahead of a woman 2 steps, listen to what she says when you come in. Because most men just want quiet when you walk in the door. Or actually, a lot of guys walk in. The first thing they want to do is like, "Baby, guess what happened?" Yeah, you gotta pay
I'm
attention.
gonna tell you about my day.
Women will tell you everything, and they don't even know they're saying more than they should.
No, they just like the social interaction.
Sure. Even when you're in a relationship, women talk and they say way more things. You know, men know that if we say certain things, we're going to get called out on it and punished for it. Women just, they say all. I'll give you a good example. I took a woman out to a bar. Anyways, we get in the truck and we leave. And she goes, "I really didn't like that bar." I said, "Why?" She goes, "It's weird." I said, "What do you mean weird?" She goes, "When you went to the bathroom, nobody tried to give me their phone number." I'm like, great. How many other fucking times did I take her out and she's, fucking fishing for phone numbers? Obviously a lot. But, you don't ever say that shit to somebody you're dating or fucking because, I didn't say nothing to her because I was like, I never heard that, just one woman, she just said everything she should have just kept to herself. And I learned more from her. I should have dumped her ass. Most guys would have dumped a woman like that, but I kept her around for an extra 6 months because she gave me more information on catching up, on women. And when I see or hear certain things from women, I'm like, oh, there's a pattern here. I get it. So I know if the relationship's going to start going to shit or not after that when I hear certain things.
I just stay here in my house and work on either cutting pieces of wood or metal.
Yep.
And even then, such as I said on like one of Outlaw's streams, we men usually tend to say like what 7,000 to like 13,000 words a day. Most women say about 20,000 words a day.
It depends where you're working at. Most men say only like 20 words a day. If you're doing welding and shit like that, you're like, morning, fuck you too. And you don't talk till you're walking out and clocking out.
Yep. I think I say like a few 200 words a day, I think.
Wow.
That's pretty much all it.
Yeah. If it wasn't for, this Discord and participating in lives, I don't fucking talk at all during the day. I'm doing this on purpose because I'm trying to increase my my flow in speech so I don't have so many pauses like I used to have and still do. I'm trying to be a smooth motherfucker like Outlaw. He's Outlaw, man. He's a smooth motherfucker of speech.
Yep. With
Why
me,
do you
I
use
just
a lot of lotion.
I heard my name. What y'all talking about?
I'm talking about you a smooth motherfucker.
About what? What are we talking about?
Speech.
about how you speak.
Oh.
Women. I said the reason why I'm doing, all the lives I try to do and participate in other people's lives, and even here on Discord, I'm trying to improve my speech pattern so I don't have unnecessary pauses and go, and then, I'm trying to just be more.
Yeah, so you don't speak like a Gen Zer.
Yeah, because I don't talk. I mean,
Speak,
I don't have to
just
talk
so
to
you don't
anybody.
speak like an autist like me.
All right.
Well, that's
So here's the thing.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Here's the thing, and this is for anybody that does content. When you're speaking and you're trying to bring points out and whatnot, you've got to speak people's language. You've got to be able to read people. You got to know the people you're talking to. You got to, figure out what makes them tick. Speak to them. Uh-oh, who just dropped out?
Jackal.
You got to know how to talk to them, connect with them, say stuff that makes it make sense. It's just common sense. I don't know. That's what I do.
Oh, you're right, man. I mean, that's what I feel when I'm talking to people. When I first started doing a couple lives, I just didn't have a subject to talk about. And when you're just talking to a microphone, you got no one giving you feedback. It just feels really weird.
There's a reason why the streams I do just feel so empty, because I usually do them late at night, and sadly most of my audience is exactly my age, and they're still in school in some of the places they live in, so my live streams are just pretty much empty voids.
You've got to have confidence. You've got to have passion. You know, you've got to really believe in what you're telling people.
Yeah, with me, I'm just thinking of doing the whole screencast thing, because I did kind of forget just to make that new Xbox account with my email, because, well, I kind of forget some stuff. And even then, I need to fix the little issue I have with the live streams, because when I first started out, and well, my dumbass thought it was fine just to put the whole live streams under hidden after 30 minutes, even whilst I'm live streaming. I'm thinking of, why did I press that? Because I'm still completely new to it, but it's like, why did I press that?
Look it up.
Well, since I'm gonna do a VC with my friend, and if he doesn't do one, I'll just probably come back here.
Get up. I'm gonna cash that tomorrow.
I may or may not be here when you get back, because it's almost 3 o'clock.
Yep. He lives in that same time zone. It will soon be 2 o'clock where I live.
No, I don't think so. Okay,
Still there? Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I switched over to my phone, and I had to mute for a second because my mother was trying to talk to me.
Yeah, still here.
Yeah, she don't talk too good with that stroke, so.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I muted it, so sometimes I was just afraid I was going to disconnect.
No,
Anyway.
you've got to be passionate about what you're saying to people. You've got to believe in what you're telling people.
We're not doing that again.
You know, you got to be able to meet people halfway with it. Know your audience, speak to them, not at them. You know, you got to have common sense. You got to have charisma. It's a mixture. You got to have ingredients. Mix it together.
Yeah, but one of the problems that you have is that well, some of the stuff they talk about is something that they'll kind of fixate on, whilst the stuff that you want to talk about kind of differs from that. And since that most of my audience comes from the anti-furry community, and I personally want to talk about something a bit more fun than furries, it's like,
then you
guys, can we talk about something else?
Then you have to know how to blend. You know how you have to know how to take what somebody's talking about and know how to lasso and rein it back in and kind of guide it back. And that's what makes a good speaker. If you're talking with multiple people, what I've done for 4 years, if people brings up something off topic,
yep,
you know, and then you talk a little bit about it, and then you you try to blend it back into what you're talking about, or talk about, you know, something else, or, you know, it's just what you got to do if you're going to do this and do it well.
Damn, I could have done this all the time.
Yeah. You know, people will get on board with you. They'll follow you. If you have the charisma, if you have the speaking voice, if you're saying things that they want to hear, they'll get on board and follow you. They'll support you. Now, once that happens, if you want to keep them, you got to understand there's a responsibility that comes with that. You got to keep it up, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a matter of knowing the audience and how much you want to keep them around. That's all it is.
Yeah, I do know my audience, and I do like it when they are around, so I do occasionally talk about furries, but it's usually on occasion, mainly because I don't want to make my channel exclusively anti-furry, because the last time I did that on my previous channel, well, guess what happened to it? It got nuked by YouTube.
You bring it up a lot, and I think I really haven't heard you talk about it, but the amount you have brought it
Timothy
up
Sokol
in conversations,
said,
you might have been
"That's why
talking
I
about it a
try
little
to be
bit more than you
relevant to the
think.
host of the
And that's
stream.
why
If you
everybody
want off the
got
wall,
them
do your own
conditioned.
stream."
You know, it's like, I mean, Hammer did the same thing. He's got everybody conditioned, you know, with his flow.
A wild.
He's got a flow.
Douglas
Outlaw's got a
Edwards
flow. I mean, everybody's got
entered
a flow.
the
I mean,
chat. Welcome
I'm still
to the
trying to
stream.
find my flow,
Douglas
other
Edwards
than, you know, 20 cutaways a
said,
minute.
"Hey, what's up,
Hey,
chaos?
what's up, dog?
Bot Rex."
You've got to.
Douglas Edwards, you
People
leveled up to level 1.
are.
Hope you're doing well, sir.
People are people, but people as a speaking audience is an investment. You're investing into the people you're talking to. The message that you're telling them, you're trying to give them, you know, to the best of your ability. What
Douglas
you know,
Edwards
you're investing in them. You're
said,
putting that into them,
"Tau outlaw yo
and in
brother."
return, they're investing in you. So it's a two-way investment street that, you know, you have to maintain if you want to keep doing this.
Yep.
It's just a matter of how much do you want to do it? How much do you care?
Bot
You know,
Rex
that's what I keep saying about
said,
MGTOW Red Pill. How much
"Want
do
to partake
they
in the
matter
dumpster
to
fires?
you?
Join the Discord.
To do
https
this,
Discord
right?
GGFWQM6ZHMRS."
Some people, they name their price, and you know, if people enjoy them, they pay it and
Timothy
whatnot.
Sokol
Some don't.
said, "Fast, mobile, and adaptive
but
is what I feel is
I've
the way
never-
to navigate social media."
I don't charge. I never have. Don't believe this is something you charge people.
Yeah, though there is
Douglas
one
Edwards
thing that my own...
said,
There is one thing that my
"Timothy
own...
Sokol, hey brother."
Yeah, there is one thing that my own audience does talk about, and one that I do have more fun with. That being video games, and of course, I think you guys can tell why, because, well...
Oh.
Tell why, because, well...
Timothy Sokol
Somebody
said,
jumped out. Who was that?
"Douglas, how ya doing?" Arvaro
Oh, well.
said,
Oh, well.
Start charging for
07
5
brother
a.m.
Douglas
prison
Edwards.
yard workout. Live with the baddie commander in the green screen studio. I've been getting up. Man, I was up at 4:30. I got on live at
Arvaro
5 o'clock.
said,
And bam, out of nowhere,
07
fucking
brother
Rusty. Hey,
Timothy
man, what's
Sokol.
up?
Douglas
Hmm.
Edwards
I'm like,
said,
damn, man, people are up at fucking
"Rivero,
5
what
o'clock in
that's
the
up,
morning.
man?"
All right, I'll run with it. 2 hours later, still going. California Ford is at work, Riggs is at work, so they all jumped in.
I was asleep.
Oh, yeah, man. Doug, what's going on, brother?
Timothy
So
Sokol
it don't matter what
said,
you're talking about,
"Hey,
your
Varel."
subject matter. You just those things that I do. That's what works for me.
If I go on at like 5 o'clock in the morning, man, it's just, you know, elements of the people we know, like, hey, Patty's on. You know, they know I'm not there to put on a show. They're just, you know, we're all just hanging out, eating time. So ain't nothing else on.
Hmm.
So I don't know how often I can do that, but probably for the next month or so. And I was kind of half joking about prison yard workout, but there's a bunch of exercises you can do without gym equipment, and you tighten up pretty good. Everybody thinks you need a big gym and all this expensive shit. No, you don't. Anyway, ain't no action on in the morning. All the action is around. Starts at 3 p.m. Starts slow and it starts picking up. And I see everybody fighting for that 6 o'clock slot. I'm staying away from that one. You guys can have all that shit.
And I myself, I'm going to probably finish his mission here
said,
and wrap
I get
things
up
up.
around 6:30 without the alarm
What?
because of military discipline. I just don't want to hear most of the social media tripe.
I wake
can't
up at
believe
10
how-
o'clock every day. Try to at least.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got your time slot. I'm just saying, like
No,
5
I'm saying
a.m.
that's when I wake up.
Oh. What, 5 a.m.?
10.
Oh, 10.
I haven't woken up at
believe-
5 a.m. I don't. The only day I wake up at 5 a.m. is on Sundays.
Would you believe I'm back on Facebook, guys?
I'm not.
Very nice.
I am not.
Stupid motherfuckers.
It smells real bad. Like it.
I'm going to separate sound system here. Pardon me. I'm so used to wearing my headphones, I can listen to music while I'm talking to everybody, and nobody else can hear what I'm listening to.
Timothy Sokol said,
And for some reason,
gotta
when I
make
jumped
my
on
own
chaos
way
today,
without the
just
system
out of
as
nowhere,
much
man,
as
it just popped
possible.
in my head.
Self-employment has its
Dumbo
perks, but it is
arigato, Mr.
full-time
Roboto.
24/7.
Dumbo.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going live here a little bit later on, so we'll see.
About that time, isn't it? Let's see. Today's Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. What else I got? Do a quick overview of see, chaos is the only action in town right now of anybody I know. Yeah, Allah, you're smart, man. You've been staying very consistent. Because I've talked about others who are not consistent. I have no idea when they go live, and they wonder why nobody shows up.
Yep.
Some of the other guys, I don't want to say names out loud here. I'll tell you somewhere else later. But there's some other guys. They bitch
Timothy
and
Sokol
complain that nobody's showing up to the
said,
lives or the numbers ain't
I
growing.
was plating Freedom Seats
They're
at
just
7
like,
a.m. drinking
random
coffee,
parts of the
jamming
day.
to the blues.
I'm live. Where you guys at? At least with you, we know it's going to be somewhere between 5:30 or 6.
Yeah.
And the one person I'm talking about, he'll do one like 10:30 in the morning. He'll do one at 8 o'clock at night. I mean, just whenever. It's like, no, I don't work that way. No. And Hammer's put himself in such a good position. Hell, he's only got to show up once a week.
Timothy Sokol
Hammer
said, making my
Hammer's
ducats,
done
Commander.
this so long. I think he's
Right, but no, not what I'm saying is, I remember when he used to do the truck videos. Then he started doing more from his home studio, and he started doing it every, Sunday was the thing. The Thursday was the experiment to see if people wanted more. Obviously, they did. So, and I remember last year, you know, he was getting all kinds of donos. I mean, he was getting, you know, $2,000-3,000 a month in donos. I remember in hundreds and fifties, and you know, occasionally the 500s to pop out. That was last fall. Yeah. I was still building my studio and my equipment back then. But he didn't, you know, he didn't switch it from Sunday to Monday to, you
Timothy Sokol.
Sunday. Everybody knew Sunday. This time,
I'll be
boom,
back out
was
in the
going
shop
on.
as soon
I can't
as
remember
this coffee is done. Plus
who
my
else
apple
was.
fritter.
Man, who was really dominating back then? I mean, I think that's before Kevin Samuel died. Who else was on? Shit, I can't remember, man. Anyways, I made my point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I go live randomly because, you know, I got the time and I'm not really trying to build that kind of audience yet. I don't have that kind of message. So if I catch people and you're at work and I can entertain you for an hour or two, yeah, great. That's my intent. But no, you got a message, you got a crowd, they're showing up, and your numbers show it. Shit, I'm gonna pull your page up right now.
Say again.
Sorry. I said I'm pulling up your page now. I mean, shit. Look at last night, man. 660. You had 660 eyeballs coming in and out last night. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's getting up there, man. I mean, I don't know. YouTube is. That's what kind of scares me, because that's what happens right before they nuke your channel. That you start growing and then you get to a point and then they're like, nope.
This guy's getting too influential. He needs to be shut down.
Yep.
Unless you're alternative lifestyle living kind of weirdo in New York City who makes, you know, sassy shorts and stuff. But anyways, Outlaws, you get nuked, man. Somebody, well, shit, we got Discord. It ain't like we're not going to know where you're at or what your next YouTube channel is going to be. You can build that shit back up in, 2 or 3 days.
Timothy Sokol said, I gotta worry about martial law and still save to get
Me,
out of
on
here.
the other hand,
Yeah,
I got a whole
bunch
bunch of
you
subs.
worried about.
Yeah, I got a bunch of subs recently only because I've been going to other people's lives and just saying hi. And like Callie, she probably got me, a few subs. They're just being nice. Doesn't mean they're going to follow me. But you, Outlaw, you got people who do want to follow you because you provide that societal release a lot of men need, to vent, talk. I jump in and out so much with Chaos here. If he got nuked, I'd go nuts. Like, where the fuck you at, Chaos?
I got a backup channel, just in case.
Yeah, I know, I subbed it. Where you at, man? When you streaming? I'm gonna find your ass on Discord. Hey, man, when you streaming? Where you at?
Oh my goodness. Is she gonna betray us? What's gonna happen here? I think, cause she's part of the fucking cult.
Are they gonna scissor? No, he's there.
That's a mother-daughter son thing. That'd be some weird way down south where the rednecks play shit.
Interesting how her armor is for a man, not a woman.
Leonidas' armor.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
Oh, she's the extra strong chick who kills all the men.
She's just an extra strong chick. Product of Leonidas.
Ah.
Like him.
Timothy Sokol said.
But they were
Callie
led
is
to
still
believe
burning looting is making
that
the 6 o'clock news, but instead of
Spartan
stealing food, they're looting sneaker jewelry stores.
that I was talking to earlier was their father. The one that decided to throw him off the cliff. See, she got knocked up by Leonidas and then cocked the man that was, quote unquote, their father.
Have you guys seen Gladiator 2 yet?
Nope.
It was on YouTube for free.
Was it?
I can see why it was for free. That movie's, oh my god, man. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It starts off with the leader or king of, like a Troy, a big walled city on the ocean. And his wife is one of the main, main warriors. And I was thinking, just like today, all these women want to join the military. You only need one man and 100 women to repopulate a civilization. But if you let your women be in the army and they all die, you can't repopulate.
See, here's the thing with that, though. Eventually, you're going to get some inbreeding going on, and then you're going to end up like Korea and Taiwan.
Well, come on, Pants. That's why, look, even if you got a city like Troy, and almost all the men die, this is why you let outsiders come in for commerce, and you let the guys have sex with the women to kind of dilute that gene pool to a point.
Mm.
I mean...
But what happens when you start muddying the gene pools?
Well, there's going to be some of that, but you can still, at least preserve your culture longer. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But if you let all the women fight next to the men, you got no chance of building that city back up.
That's when you round up the ones that just want to be whores and LARP like men and send them off to the fields, to the killing fields, and the ones that actually want to do the role they were given by God. Find a good man, bing, bing, boom.
I think evidenced by last Saturday in Outlaw, we're doing the thing with the soccer. We saw how sad and pathetic the women were. Then you see the men, you see the difference in strength and power and precision. And you're like, there's no fucking way these women are going to be at. No.
Those dykes were running like girls.
I mean, women can make great, really good archers. I'll give them that. But as far as on a field of battle going toe to toe with a man, no.
Said. When Troy was
One
women were
Spartan can
enslaved
kill
and the
50
bastard
chicks all by
children were
himself,
born into slavery.
if not more.
No.
I mean, the women's Olympic soccer team with that Rapinoe chick with the purple hair, their team, as a warm-up, they competed against 14-year-old boys, and they lost.
Yeah.
These women are world champions and lost to 14-year-old boys. Anyways, I'm going to stop with that.
Yeah,
Timothy Sokol
said.
And bastard children could never be citizens ever.
Now, women they do great things, but they don't do great man things.
They don't do shit that truly matters. They do stuff that matters, but we've been the backbone of society for fucking...
We can do the 50-50 chart, men and women. What are you good at? And, I mean, just as a team, we're great. But as far as going to war, men rule, man. That's it.
But women wouldn't know half the shit they know if it wasn't for us teaching them.
Man.
Yeah. But anyways, I gotta wrap up the stream. It's that time.
That's why I stopped.
Yay!
That's why I stopped. That's why I said I'm done. I gotta stop. I see your headstone up. I'm like, oops, shit, he's wrapping up.
And a shout out to everybody in the chat and everybody in the Discord where we have Vatican Commander, MGTOW, Outlaw, Godfather Almighty in here. Make sure to check them out. You're on
Timothy
YouTube.
Sokol
They put out a lot of great content.
There's a 40-year-old chick trying to sue the Navy because she can't be a SEAL.
Yeah, she needs to get good. Douglas Edwards, it's good seeing you. Johari Talib, It's good seeing you. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Gravedigger, it's always a pleasure. Big Angry Phil, it's good seeing you, sir. Make sure to check him out for some angry gaming and angry podcasts. Midtown Phoenix, Arvero, Riggs Jr.,
Timothy
Timmy
said,
good seeing you, sir.
Thanks, Chaos.
Make sure to check out again, Batty Commander, Crystal Kitten, California Ford 44. Timmy, it's good seeing you again, sir. I'm back tonight with some more of this.
Arvero said,
Hope to see you
Timothy
there.
Sokol
Thank you
just
again to
ate
those
fish
that
bread,
are still subscribed. Your continued support has been greatly appreciated. Thank you to those just recently subscribed. Do hope you stick around for the long run. Until next time, you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it is you hail from. I'm out this bitch. Peace. Holy fuck, this sucks.
Don't touch me there. My no square. Don't touch me there. My no square.
Yeah.
No, don't touch me there. This is my no square. No, don't touch me there. No, my no square. No, don't touch me there. This is my no square. No, don't touch me there. My no square. Square, 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 square. Don't touch me there. My no square. Square, 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 square. Don't touch me there. My no square. Don't touch me there. Don't touch me there. My no square. Don't touch me there. Don't touch me there.